Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Banging Donuts and Mr. Christopher. I'm Vinny Banging Donuts.
I'm Bangs Michael.
I am Mr. Kristopher.
Mr. Christopher is back with us this week after he was on hiatus for about for a week. He went down to Arkansas to wrestle some pigs, and I think right. What were you doing down there?
Yeah, I was a pig wrestling competition.
We were talking wrestling, and you were actually wrestling. It was beautiful.
No, I was wrestling.
You were wrestling. Now, when you guys
Yes.
wrestle down there, do you? I'm assuming you just get down to your tighty whities and you lube up, right?
Well, I mean, they were white at one point. We kind of call them tidy yellows. But
That's
yeah, we.
disgusting.
In all seriousness, I went to visit some family.
So how'd that go?
It was fine. It was fine. There was no internet. Uh, they had television, cable television, but all they were watching was football the whole time. So I was
Oh,
like,
you must
okay.
be miserable because I know how much you hate football.
He loves
No, I don't
sports ball.
hate it. Yeah, sports ball. Yeah, the football. Um, no, it's football's fine. I can get into it. I just don't follow it. That's all. I've actually
Yeah.
played football before.
He knows all about the football. He knows about the chalk talk, and he knows about the numbers, and he knows about when they throw it through the air and they catch it.
Wow,
Yeah.
someone's an asshole.
No, I can't even
very-
take credit for that. It's
he's
a
very
quote from
bitchy
a
today.
play.
Oh, is
Uh,
it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's in the play. It's in the movie version. I
So
can't remember if it's in the play.
So
The
do you like
highlight
when
of
they
the
score a
trip.
basket?
Yeah. The baskets. Yeah,
Oh.
I enjoy when they put the ball in the thing.
What's the
And,
highlight of your trip?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the highlight of the big thing that we did was we went to
Oh, yeah.
Walmart,
Oh,
and we got camouflage yarn.
sounds about right.
You never did tell us what that yarn was for.
They were making
My
it.
mother was knitting some sort of Afghan thing for my brother.
She was
Afghan
knitting a
is
whole
such
bunch of
country word.
camo penis warmers for all her
She
sons.
loves the penis. My mother, she's in her
That's disgusting.
60s, maybe
She-
70s.
She got through Chris's in like 20 minutes. She was like, "Here you go, it's done." She
The-
goes,
the
"I was
pe-
able to
penis
save a lot
warmer?
of money on yarn." What? So
Yeah.
does everyone go to the Walmart down there and just everyone know each other because it's like the local watering hub or something?
No, because it was so far away, we had to drive like 20 minutes to get there, like
How many-
30 minutes.
How many of you guys fit into the back of the pickup truck?
The pickup truck. They do have a pickup truck, but they also had like a minivan or something. So,
Serious question, Mr. Christopher, and it's going to dovetail into our conversation today. But are the streets where you were staying paved?
With gold.
No, just period. Is it
Yeah,
it's
concrete?
paved.
Yeah. Is it
Okay,
paved?
so the street that I was going into the house I was staying at was not paved.
Fuck. I was hoping
And-
you'd say it was paved.
No, but then you got out past the thing and you got to the blacktop.
Oh yeah,
Why is it got to be a blacktop?
because that's a country
I-
thing where the blacktop ends.
Yeah, where the blacktop ends.
You drive to
And
where the blacktop ends.
Fucking
The-
racist.
I was told that the police, if you wanted to get the police out there, it's going to take about 3 hours for them to respond because of how far
Well,
they were.
no. All you have to do is say "white woman in trouble."
No, everybody.
It's only white people.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, the only Hispanic people I saw were the ones going into the Walmart, and
Oddly
about-
enough,
oh,
I
yeah.
worked at the sushi place.
there was a sushi place. No, there was a bunch of actually Mexican food places that I went to one of them, and it was decent. It was decent.
Are they like all gung ho about the wall down there?
No. Oh. So my brother is a Trump supporter, and we
Okay.
had a few conversations. None of them were all that dramatic.
Well, no. You were
Uh,
fucking Gary Johnson supporter. He doesn't give a fuck.
Harry Johnson. No, I was a Sanders guy, but
Oh, that's right.
um,
Why did I think you were a
so
Gary
I-
Johnson guy?
I don't know.
I was a Gary Johnson guy. You might be
Oh,
thinking
you
that.
were. Oh, I missed
Yeah.
you too. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was a
and
Bernie
I didn't-
Sanders guy too, though. I thought he had no chance in hell, so I might as well try to bring in a third party to the conversation.
He got fucking robbed. But so I didn't like Hillary much, so I didn't really argue with him all that much. But yeah, they're definitely Trump supporters. They got the guns. I looked out the window once. I'm like, is that a deer? And my brother's eyes lit up. He's like, where? I'm gonna go get my gun. So he likes to hunt deer.
I don't think I've ever had venison.
Oh,
You
really?
never had venison? It's good.
No, I don't think I have. Is it? Have you ever gone hunting, Chris? Like, are you into hunting? I know you're
I'm
fucking.
not into hunting. I don't. Yeah, I'm obviously vegetarian. But I don't have a problem with him hunting. But I have never gone hunting. I've fired a weapon once or twice.
Now, how'd you
But I
guys
don't.
get so far across country from each other? Like,
Oh, so the reason that he lives there is his wife grew up there, and they moved there when the wife's father was dying, and you got a dying parent, you're gonna go over there and
they just
and
stayed.
do what you can. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And they just stayed there, and now he's got an accent, and
How long ago was that?
he's been there for quite a while, maybe over 10 years. I'm not sure.
Is it at least like
So,
beautiful down there, or is it kind of like shitty looking?
oh, it's not trashy. It's nice. There's a lot of like trees, and it reminded me a little bit.
There's well, you're in
like,
Arizona. You're not used to what it
Yeah.
sounds
there's
like.
trees.
The
Oh
standard
my
of
God,
expectation
trees.
is pretty low for
There was some green things on those trees.
Yeah. Wow, people's yards aren't full of rocks. So it reminded me a little bit of driving around between cities in Washington.
I was gonna say it's
So-
real talk though, because when my wife's uncle from Arizona came up here, he felt claustrophobic outside because of the trees, because he couldn't see 10 miles in front of him like he can in Arizona.
Right.
Yeah, it's a real thing, Vinny.
I've
Yeah,
never
come on,
been.
Vinny.
I would go down. I would go down to Arkansas. I'd have fun though. Is there any like how's the strip clubs?
I was just thinking that I did not see any strip clubs at all.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
so they're good strip clubs then.
They're off in the corner where you don't know about
We
it.
can go be if there's no strip clubs down there, we can go be entrepreneurs. We can get a stable
That's
of
right.
hoes.
Stable.
of-
Yeah, we'll need a stable of hoes, and we'll run down to Arkansas and open up a gentleman's club. You have to wear a top hat to get in though, because it's going to be a true gentleman's club.
That's the rule.
Yeah,
That's the
and a
dress code.
monocle.
and a
And a
monocle.
monster.
Top hat's required. If you bring a cane in too, for a little extra, you get to do things with that cane.
Oh,
You have to hide it.
Gross.
Well, anyway,
Fucking
we're getting that was Kristopher's trip. Why he wasn't with us last week. We toyed around with the idea. Me and Bangs talked privately if we just wanted to kick you off for good, but we decided to bring you back for another round.
It's a trial. It's a trial period. He's on a 90-day trial period to see if
Wait a
you can
minute.
get
I
his
was,
shit together.
You
I
gave
was
us
in
the
the
opening.
show.
Yeah.
I was in like Flynn, and then all of a sudden it's a fucking trial period.
Well, you gave us the opening, and it lets us really reflect. And Banging Donuts and Mr. Christopher is such a long fucking title.
It really is super
Yeah.
long. It's literally and Mr. Kristopher too long.
Yeah, it's about. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you know what?
You quit this bitch?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Please.
This is too
Please
important
storm off.
part of my life.
It's so important. Chris, we gotta talk. All bullshitting aside, man to man. If getting ridiculed by Vinny and I for an hour a week is too important to your life,
Yeah.
we need to reevaluate.
Okay, I have one request though.
All
If
right.
you ever decide to kick me off the show, don't go into like 20 fucking reasons why it's not working out. Like, oh well, this and that. It's just like, look, dude, you're
It's
off-
not you, it's me.
No, no, you can say it to me. I don't care, but don't fucking explain it to me.
We can-
Just-
Oh my fucking
We
god!
could still
Sorry,
be friends.
Lady Stacy in the chat just killed me.
oh my god.
Let's not even
Bacon
repeat that.
donuts with taco death.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh my god.
Every week it's a different taco death.
That's not
He's got to come in
yeah.
with a different name every week.
Let's
I
not
swear to
give
God, get
more,
I will step aside for that show.
It's
Get
worth
his
it.
ass on there.
It's worth
Get
the
his
joke.
fucking ass
it would
on
just
there.
be him calling us white guys over and over again. Which
Yeah,
I'm
that'd be
pretty
great.
convinced. I'm pretty much
You would have
convinced
nothing
that
to
he's a white guy
contribute.
too. Like I'm all but convinced he's white.
Wouldn't it be great if he sounded like Steve Urkel? You guys are white guys. What's up, white guy? That's a great story, white guy.
I'm gonna start calling him a fucking Uncle Tom. Or Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Tom's a little too racist, I think.
Well, it fit right in.
We
Might
might
as
have to
well just
cut
call
that
him
part.
Aunt Jemima at that point.
Yeah, Aunt Jemima. Who would you rather fuck? Who would you rather fuck, Aunt Jemima or Miss Buttersworth?
Wait, are they both?
They're both
They're
like
both
Chris.
syrups.
Well, no, yeah, Buttersworth is more syrup. Aunt Jemima makes syrup too, but she's like big into pancakes. They're both heavy-set black women, but
I have no
I
idea.
like pancakes.
so you want those pancake titties?
Why
of
do
Aunt
you put
Jemima.
Cody fingers around pancakes?
Yeah,
So I'm talking about her tits. That's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
Oh.
you know what, dude? Pancake titties are gross.
Fuck you. What do you
Baloney
know?
Tits. Look, so
Baloney tits. I've never heard of that before.
You never heard baloney tits?
No, I never heard baloney.
All right, we
tits.
didn't even talk about the show topic. We haven't even like got into it yet. So maybe we
Great.
should.
This is going to be our best show yet then.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it. Well, now I'm picturing a three-way with Aunt Jemima, Mrs. Buttersworth, and
Of
me.
course you are.
How?
The syrup
fucking
all over,
pictures don't
all
even
over
have-
his hairy
syrup,
Italian
yeah,
ass.
just syrup.
Oh.
They're gonna lick the syrup off me.
Oh.
Their big, thick bodies and their fat asses and their saggy, floppy titties just banging me in the head. We're gonna need a reinforced steel bed though. That's about 2,000 pounds of fun.
You're 2,000 pounds of fun.
I will be with the two of them.
Tell us more, Chris. Tell us more about Vinny's 2,000 pounds of fun.
Well, I'm looking at his fucking gay ass shirt, and I'm like, I want to bang
Oh,
him.
that's right.
I like
I'm gonna step
I like
aside.
this shirt. You gotta
I'm gonna
feel
let you
that.
guys-
You gotta feel this material. It feels so good on my nipples. You have no idea.
I'm sure
No
your nipples
chafing.
feel great.
As it happens, we can see how good it feels on your nipples.
Can you?
Yeah.
Poke it
Little pokey.
Well, anyway, this
So,
week we're
yeah.
talking about previous jobs.
We're talking
Or-
about Vinny's nipples.
Yeah, we're talking about the size of
I'll
our
put it on
areolas.
Fucking pepperonis.
Yeah, we're talking about like old job, like just job stories. Pretty much bad jobs, good jobs, whatever. Just fun stories. Who wants to start? Who has a
Okay.
good story to kick us off?
Kick us off.
No, Vinny wants to start.
Oh,
All right, I'll start right out the gate. So when I was 16 years old, my second job ever when I was 16, I got a job doing activities in a nursing home. I would go to I was hired by this nursing home to do activities, and basically like call out bingo and all that good stuff. So there was three sections of this fucking nursing home. There was the bottom downstairs, which was Pine. They were the normal just old people. And then there was like Maple, which was like in betweens, like normal, but then they were kind of starting to go. And then there was Cedar, the people that were just fucking lunatics. The doors were locked, like you couldn't fucking get in without your swipe key. And me and my best friend were working there, and we just fucked around. I was such a piece of shit. Like we would steal like a motorized wheelchair and just play around with it in the hallways, and then like my buddy went like he went right through the fucking wall with it.
What?
Yeah, he lost control and it went right through the fucking wall.
How fucking fast do these things go?
Dude, they're pretty. It's tight hallways. They're pretty fast. But I was just
Highway.
like a real piece of shit. Like I'd go downstairs and we'd bring them all together to do bingo, and some of them were like real fucked up. And there's this one old lady Ruth who like couldn't hear, so you had to repeat the number like 5 fucking times. I used to put her right next to me. But I used to play too, and we played for quarters, and those fuckers take it seriously, man.
Oh yeah.
They do not fuck around. But I was a real piece of shit where I would play too once in a while, and I would look at my card and I would roll the wheel and I'd take a thing, but I wouldn't read the number that came out. I would make it so that I would win. Like I would do like random numbers, but then I'll make sure I won. I would just call out fake
Fucking
numbers.
Vinny conning the old folks out of quarters.
I won again. Oh my god.
Dude, but then we were such pieces of shit. Like we'd go upstairs and like the ones that were really out of it, I would just throw a fucking I would just throw a movie on, but sometimes we played like volleyball like with a balloon and we'd toss it back and forth. And I shouldn't be laughing. These the ones up there were just completely out of it. Hardcore. I didn't know any better. I'm 16. They were just hardcore, like out there, like Alzheimer's, dementia. And I would just fucking take the balloon and I'd fucking peg the fucking thing at them. Like when it bounced off their heads. And I'm just
Spike it.
Yeah, I was spiking fucking a balloon on their fucking heads, and then I
We had
take
very-
straws and like put them in their noses, and then I get this one old lady saying like, "How much was that doggy in the window?" to me. That was pretty sweet.
We had
Did-
very
did they
different
ever, like-
experiences at the old folks' home.
Did they ever dive for the balloon and then break a hip?
No, they didn't know what was going on. Like some of them would hit it back, and others would just be like straight up. You remember the movie The Awakening with Robert De Niro and Robin Williams? Well, anyway, they're like brain dead and they can't like move. They're just staring out into space. I'd be like, come on, Susie, let's hit the balloon," and she wouldn't fucking respond. I'd just be bouncing it off her fucking head, and I don't know. But
That
then,
reminds me of the Howard Stern movie where he like throws the frisbee at the person. And
yeah,
just bounces off
dude,
their head.
that's exactly what it was like. But that job, I ended up quitting that job. Surprise, surprise! I've quit like every job I ever had.
Oh my God.
Because they yelled at me because I wasn't like doing activities with some of the people. I'm like, dude, they're fucking. I was trying to fuck this one girl that worked with us, so I would just hang out with her section.
Hold on, is everybody sitting down? Okay. I don't want anyone to pass out from this.
But what's fucked up is they would like what was cool though, we would have like we would have we would have on Saturdays we'd get coffee and we'd bring them around the table and you'd make everyone coffee or hot chocolate or tea, and then you'd read the newspaper. If you were downstairs, it was cool because they were with it. You know, you could talk. We'd have discussions. There was this one old guy, Mike, that would just love talking sports with me. Later on, he got heavy dementia and he became super racist. I go, "Hey, Mike," and he'd call me an N-word all the time. So that was fun. But then, like, if you go upstairs, like, some of them can't have liquids. Like, they have to have thickeners or they choke to death.
Sure.
So they relied on and I had a little chart, but it was, like, really hard to read. So they relied on a 16-year-old to serve these people fucking drinks when I could have killed someone if I didn't put the right thickness, because there's 3 types of thickness. If one was too thick, they'd choke. And if it was too light, they'd choke. But I don't know.
I was always shocked at the things that I worked in retirement. I worked in a retirement home, and I was shocked at the things that they trusted a 16-year-old with.
Oh,
it's
God.
it's disgusting and scary.
What'd you do?
Dude,
at nursing home?
I was a KitchenAid, so I was responsible for all their food, and I was trained to be a cook at that time. So
Nice.
I was doing everything. But even the simple stuff, like one time I came in and my boss comes up and says, "I need you to deep clean the dishwashing station," and I'm like, "Okay." What does that entail? He brings me these like giant like rubber gloves that go down to your elbow. I'm talking about thick acid resistant gloves and this 10-gallon bucket of, it was hydrochloric acid. It says right on the thing, acid. And he's like, "You just wash everything in this." And I'm like, I'm fairly certain that I'm not allowed to work with this in any state, but okay.
Yeah.
He just left. So I just took the bucket and dumped what was probably 10 times the recommended concentration down the length of the dishwashing pit, and just covered everything and sprayed it all off, squeegeed it, and said, "It's done."
It would have been amazing. It would have been amazing if he handed you the glove, you put it on, and he whipped out a giant like fucking thing of lube and just turned over, pulled his pants down, and bent over. It was like, "Go to town, kid."
Let me tell you something about. I'll never forget him, and I'm gonna call him out. But let me tell you something about Monty Drollinger. His ass was so tight, there ain't enough lube to get that finger up there.
Ooh. Thank God you'll never hear this.
Fuck him. A, it was almost 20 years ago, and B, fuck him.
What are you drinking today, by the way? Not mean to change the subject.
So this is like my new favorite thing. We went to a concert the other night. I'm not sure if it's on camera here. There we go.
Yeah, Seattle
And
Theater Group.
I ordered a beer, and they handed it to me in a sippy cup.
Nice.
It's like a
That's-
not spill proof, but spill resistant. So I was completely moved by it. Nice thick hard plastic.
Yeah, how much did that cost?
This is a extra dirty martini. So it's Tanqueray and olive juice
Nice. That's
in a sippy cup.
That's kind of cool that they handed that. I don't know. I think I'd like that.
Well, it is cool. It was at, where were we at? We were at the Paramount, which was, it's a 100-plus-year-old theater that they converted into a stage theater however many years ago. And so it's all super old. It's only been remodeled a handful of times in that period. So they used to be you couldn't take your drinks to your seat at all until they got this stuff. So I'm down with it.
They don't want those spills.
Well, no, because honestly, it would be a nightmare to clean up for how tight it is in there. That's what she said.
No, it's what's a drunk grown-up person like? A fucking baby. So give him a sippy cup.
Oh, and at $12 a beer, they want you to get drunk.
Do they refill the sippy cup or do they give you a new one?
I don't know. I didn't go back.
What's wrong with you?
I was watching the show.
Yeah, the $12 might be a one-time fee.
Also, I'm a cheap ass Jew. You think I'm paying $12 for a second beer?
Well, it could have been.
I didn't want to pay it for the first one.
It could have been $12 for like the whole thing, and then when the refills were cheaper.
Yeah, you would
wasn't.
never.
Yeah,
know.
that'd be nice, but it wasn't. It was $12.
Oh,
they probably would
fine.
refill it, but I guess it depends. If you come back with it, they'll refill it. If you don't come back with it, they. I guess when you think about it, $12 isn't bad because I've used and washed this a handful of times, so I can't say I didn't get my money's worth out of that $12 beer.
Yeah, it's not like it's a fucking red Solo cup or something like that. I mean,
Yeah, probably like a $4 cup.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and you're advertising for them, and it's wonderful.
I mean, the Seattle Theater Group with the Paramount, the More, and the Neptune, they get really good shows in there.
What show did you go see?
What did we see? Oh, Postmodern Jukebox. It's that you've probably seen them on YouTube. They do like swing and like 1920 style covers of modern music.
I have never seen them, and it doesn't sound like I'd want to.
They're pretty big on YouTube, but yeah, they're really good. It was actually I was surprised because it was my wife wanted to go and she loves them, so I got her tickets and they're good. So I knew I'd at least have a good time, but it was honestly a really, really good show. They put on a good act.
Check
good
it out. Chris, time to get your 10% in. You got
Yeah, that's what she said. So my first job, holy shit, my first job was working for Waffle House. Yeah. You guys ever go to Waffle House?
The house.
No, we don't have them. I want to go to Waffle House so bad. Going back to last week's show about pro wrestling, as a pro wrestling fan, all the wrestlers go to Waffle House. It's like a tradition. It's a rite of passage. I want to go to a Waffle House.
I went to Waffle House when I first went to college in North Carolina. When I first got down there, we had one in town, and that was the first and last time I went. It was so dirty, and I thought the food was fucking disgusting.
It probably is disgusting. I don't care. I want it smothered and covered. Is that a thing? Is that Waffle House? That's what I want.
Smothered, covered.
I can give you smothered and covered.
Of course you can.
That's
Only
my
you,
rape line.
Daddy.
It's your rape line?
I thought your rape line was nice tits wanna fuck.
Well, no, I'm asking a question.
No.
I would say I would be like, nice tits, we're fucking. That'd be my
How dare you, sir, with your rape lines? You should not
it's
have
smothered
prepared
and
lines.
This is
My
a
li-
high class show.
My
You
line
need
is
to be.
my line is how does this rag smell?
You have to be impulsive and yeah, I don't know. So I worked at Waffle House.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I didn't rape anybody. I got the job because my girlfriend worked there.
Were you the only
And
white
I was
person
like,
there?
No, I was the only.
I don't know.
Dude,
My experience, it was all like black people, which is fine, but just that.
That's not Phoenix. It's Hispanics in Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the occasional black person. But so my girlfriend at the time got me a job. I was a senior in high school, and I was only going to high school for a half a day. And what happened? So my tour to hey, you work here now. No. I went for the job interview, and for some reason they gave me one of those stupid paper hats. And the first day I came to work, I brought it with me, and they're like, "You idiot, we've got 1 million of these. You throw them away at the end of your fucking shift." Like, I got my paper hat. Oh my god! Yeah, right.
Scrubbing out.
Oh my god!
It's
fucked up.
He's got the bottle of white out trying to get the grease stain out of the hat.
Yeah.
You should have been like your parents were raised during the Depression and they know how to conserve.
Oh.
Nah.
Or he comes out with that like newspaper sailor's hat, to wear as a kid.
That's pretty much what it looks like.
Yeah.
Hey, sailors.
Hey, sailors, I work for Waffle House.
So
you
what's
want a waffle?
That's very offensive.
that is? What you stop
Fuck
that?
you.
This channel is very pro gay rights. You can't. I don't think you can show titties.
For as often as Vinny talks about butt stuff, it must be pro gay rights.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's a lot of butt play on this stream.
So the first day that I went there, I got the tour of this, like 300 square foot thing, whatever. I don't know square footage. I'm just throwing numbers out there. But we went in the back, and they have like the waffle, the iron things, whatever. And they had this like, it wasn't really sludge. It looked like maple syrup dripping off of the
it's the
off
grease.
of the thing.
It's
And
spent oil.
and the guy, and I was like, oh, hey, that looks yummy. So no, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I just
got
thought
real
it,
worried.
but I was like, oh, look. But even if it was food, which it turns out that it wasn't food, it's old food. It's just, who knows when it got there. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And the guy's like, yeah, don't ever touch that stuff, because that's the stuff that we put on the grill to eat away all of the food. And he told me a story where one person who worked there just like, and half of his tongue went away. He was fucked.
Why would they have
he
that
couldn't talk.
just so out in the open like that?
Because it's
If it's
fucking
that-
Waffle House.
Yeah, because it's a shit show. You know,
So-
you know what the dumbest part about that is? It's such a big waste because it's like it's a flat top, right? It was a flat top they were putting it on.
It was a waffle iron. It's an industrial waffle iron.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, okay, never mind then. Not relevant.
Fine.
You can heat it up,
So-
throw like lemon juice and water on it, and it'll wipe right off. This is good.
What did you actually do there though?
Okay, so what I did was I had to take orders. What else? I had to fucking mop.
That's called a waiter.
Yeah, I was a waiter. I was a waiter.
Did you
I
get tips?
had to clean the fucking bathrooms. I had to-
You're the shitter cleaner.
I was the shit cleaner. Yeah. I had to mop the floor at the end of my shift. So as far as doing the whole waiter thing, so when you're 17 years old and you've got acne and a stupid haircut and you don't
We
know
saw
how to
that
talk,
haircut.
No, this
Fuck
is before.
you.
This is before he was
Before
the.
that.
This is
So-
before the Jars of Clay cover band.
Yeah, this is the fucking
fuck
puddle of
you
mud.
guys. I should have
Fucking
never
hates
said any-
me.
I was
La
never,
la
I
la
never-
la. Keep going.
Okay, so acne, bad haircut, 17, could not talk to somebody for fucking. I had problems. I stuttered like I do now, only worse. And I would never get any tips, obviously, because there's always these chicks who's are doing the waitress thing, and I'm sure everyone was like, "Oh my god, I'm stuck with this retard taking my order," because I
They
didn't
should've
know
felt
what I
bad
was
for you.
doing. Is my
I don't know. I
fucking
feel like if they thought this fucking retard's taking my order, they would have like tipped you out of sympathy.
that happened
killed.
once.
Yeah.
They
Once
tipped him
I
in
was-
pixie sticks.
Close.
Mr. Christopher's stream is predicated on jelly beans, so it's not
Yeah.
that far off.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I have any followers on my stream, because of this fucking shit. So anyway,
For those listening at home, it was a Bean Boozled jar.
yeah, jar of Bean Boozled. So yeah, well, so yeah, I got a nice tip once, and it was super fucking busy, and then I just started this couple. I was giving my sob story about how fucking busy it was, and how no one ever tips me, and I wasn't fishing for tips, but they gave me like a $5 tip.
Oh,
And this was
Back
what
in-
year?
1942.
So $5 was much
Yeah.
$5 is fucking crazy. Let's see. I was born in 77. I was probably 18 then, so 77, 87, 90.
85, 84.
No, 85 or 84.
Oh,
I
Oh
was
no,
about-
95. 90, sorry.
Jesus, you two fucking math skills over here.
Yeah, not very good. So Yeah, and that's the only time I got a decent tip. Otherwise, it's just like, okay, I have my coffee, and then whatever change is left from the $1 bill, that you can keep that. That's fine. And
Did
Get yourself
so
something
funny.
nice.
Yeah,
did
yeah,
you
yeah. Go buy yourself something. I did something really. Oh, Quattro is the same age as me in the chat.
The worst part of that is that was a time when the economy was pretty good, and you were still
Yeah.
getting stiffed on your tips.
Yeah.
did you just call
That's because-
Cadera Quattro?
Yeah, Quattro. Kadera. Hi, Kadera. How are you?
Or Kadara?
So one of the funny. Okay, Kadara.
I can't believe Vinny's lecturing you on mispronunciation of somebody's name.
Well, I
Yeah.
just realized I think I mispronounced it because I used to call her Cadera, but then it's Kadara. I used to call her Kadara, but now it's Cadera. I don't remember. I forgot which one's the fake one and which one's the right one. But keep going.
Quattro. It's just Quattro. So the most uncomfortable, great. The most uncomfortable part that I had was when I first started working there, and the guy's like, "Hey, you know, I ordered jelly on my toast." Like, okay, so I picked up his toast and I was gonna put jelly on with the fucking knife, and he's like, "Don't touch my food."
Oh, you
He's
picked
like,
up
"Look."
his toast?
Yeah, well, I was going to, I was about to, because I was gonna put. I was a stupid kid. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing, and he got really like freaked out. This is black guy, and he's like, "Just don't touch my food, okay? Don't ever do that anytime someone, never touch anybody's food." I said, "Okay."
He's afraid cracker was contagious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want any of that white on your toast.
What was this in Arizona? Were you in Arizona?
It was in Arizona.
Okay, I didn't know if you were. Okay.
I've lived in Phoenix my entire life. Well, I've lived in Arizona my entire life. And the Phoenix area, like the Tempe, I think it's just been Tempe. Oh, I think I lived in like Mesa once. I'm not sure, but
I want to point out
yeah,
that the background you made me choose for you, there's a big fucking wart on this person's finger, and now that's all I'm staring at. I didn't realize it until now.
No, it's not a wart. It's a
like a mole.
It looks like something that fell off the burger, the bread.
A sesame seed?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's a sesame seed. Yeah, you're right.
Come on.
Okay, I'll roll with that and make me feel better, I guess.
Oh, and you're real clever with your Steve Jobs in the background, because this
you know what
Jobs.
it did? He Googled Jobs, and that was the first fucking thing that came up.
I did not Google. I actually Googled Steve Jobs. That was actually a witty thought that came through my head. Did you actually eat the food though at Waffle House?
Oh, fuck yeah, man! Like the guy, the cook got mad at me because I wanted to have. I don't know why I had this idea that it was good to have a hamburger with a tomato and then a piece of cheese melted on it, on top of the tomato. And that was my thing. I don't know why I wanted that, and I'd get like the chili burger.
He didn't like putting the cheese on top of the tomato. What did he get mad about?
Yeah, he didn't like that. He thought I was weird.
Mm.
And so there's a jukebox there, and one of the cooks that works there. So there's this Waffle House song, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
can you sing it?
In the no, I cannot. And in the Waffle House song, it has a waiter shouting out an order, okay? Because it's out of the Waffle House song. And this one cook, he said, "Man, when I was new, I heard that and I made every single thing the dude shouted out."
Shit.
He didn't know it was it was the song.
He thought it was Order Up.
Yeah, he thought it was Order Up. So the most disturbing thing about that job was on the jukebox. There's this song by the Crystals. Okay, it's called "He Hit Me and It Felt Like a Kiss."
What?
I don't know that one.
Yes. And I would play that song a lot because it would just.
What the fuck does that say about you?
The Crystals. It's what's that?
Nothing.
Okay, fine. But it now that I look at it, it's like that's a really disturbing song.
Yeah.
And I are you looking it up, Banks?
I'm reading the lyrics. Holy shit!
Read them for us.
He hit me and it felt like a kiss. He hit me, but it didn't hurt me. He couldn't stand to hear me say that I'd been with someone new, and when I told him I had been untrue. He hit me and it felt like a kiss. He hit me and I knew he loved me. I didn't get that far. If he didn't care for me, I could have never made him mad, but he hit me and I was glad.
Yeah.
Yes, he hit me. It's a short song. Yes, he hit me and it felt like a kiss. He hit me and I knew I loved him. And then he took me in his arms with all the tenderness there is. And then he kissed me. He made me his.
I feel like a man
That
wrote
is
that
a
song.
fucked out song.
Yeah,
man
and that
had
was
wrote that
on
song.
the Waffle House fucking jukebox. And I was in love with that song for some reason. I was,
I can
like the
imagine.
way-
I'm looking at a picture of the artist. So the crystals look like the Pointer Sisters. It was a clearly doo-wop black women act from the 50s or 60s. So I imagine. Oh yeah, 1963. So I imagine it was very like upbeat, catchy. I don't know, rhyme. I guess.
No, it wasn't. It
It's a
wasn't that upbeat. He hit me. It was like it was a slower tempo.
Keep
But
doing
there
that.
was no.
She's trying to hold
No.
back the tears from her abusive husband.
I don't know. It's a fucked up song, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to listen to it. Well,
No.
You do.
thanks
Come
for
on.
sharing
Okay.
that abusive.
That was my
song with
Waffle
us.
House job.
Jesus.
Now it's Bang's turn.
You got your 10%. Now shut the fuck up,
he
Chris.
got his 10%. Now Bangs can talk for the rest of the fucking show because that's what I do. There's something one of you guys said in one of these stories. Somehow it triggered my memory of this fucking job interview I had yesterday. And I've never had an interview like this. Have you guys seen Boiler Room?
No.
The movie?
No.
No? Vinny?
No.
Well, fuck both of you guys for ruining my point.
Okay, sorry.
Well, if you've seen Boiler Room, this guy, the CEO of this company, reminds me dead on of a cross between Ben Affleck's character and the Big Boss character, who's played by Thomas something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was like talking to a cult leader. Just one of these guys. If I didn't know better, I would have said he was coked out of his mind. Just like
Probably was.
he probably was unnaturally high energy. You know what I mean? Just really aggressive in way. And collections is an aggressive business, so that's not unusual. But like aggressive in ways that don't really make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like aggressive about points or details that don't call for aggression. And this interview that lasts like 2.5 hours because at least 80% of it was him yelling at his employees, including one scenario where he just lays it out for me because so my friend works there. This is how this whole thing came to her. They were recruiting me because she mentioned that, they need to come after and get me. And so she was dealing with this reprimand issue. Apparently I'm just going to go ahead and say from Arkansas, whether or not that's true or not, but some podunk hillbilly from Arkansas was outside having a cigarette. And the thing about the collection business is that it's, especially here, it's very heavy black female employment base for whatever reason. It's just the way it is. And he was out having a cigarette and he goes, "Well, it's kind of dark out here today."
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
Right?
Was he like
I-
all Mel Gibson and was like, Shaquan, you should just smile
I don't
and
know.
blow me.
I don't know the guy, they sent him home and he had to write apology letters. But yeah, the CEO is laying all this out for me. I don't know, something Chris said about, or Vinny said about racism triggered that thought about this fucked out interview I had yesterday.
It's funny about collections, man. Me and my wife had great jobs, and she lost hers, and I had I had all these credit cards, but I had them under control. And then all of a sudden, she lost her job. I'm like, credit cards? Fuck it. I'm not paying. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Yeah.
And occasionally I'll get the thing where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna garnish you now," and this law firm is doing this and whatever.
Yeah.
And fuck collections, man. Fuck it. Fuck them.
Well, you should call and try to work something out before you just don't pay the fucking things.
I don't have any fucking money. Okay.
Consolidate cards.
I do. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the reality, I'm talking about the reality, okay, is that it is 100% better to make the phone call and work something out. Because just as much as you don't want to talk to a bill collector don't want to talk to you. So the easier that conversation is for both parties, anytime I talk to somebody who was like genuinely trying to resolve the issue and being cooperative and being polite, I would basically, if somebody called me and said, listen, I got this bill, I got to take care of it. This is what I have. It's the best I can do. As long as the number they had was anywhere close to the number I wanted to see, I didn't even talk about it any further. I'm like, let's go. Cool. Because in 30 seconds, I'm out the door and I'm on to the next one.
Yeah.
And I've done that. I've done that too.
They'd rather get something than nothing.
Well, that's always the line, right? Something's better than nothing, but no, something's not better than nothing if something is too close to nothing. But as long as it's a legitimate, if it's a legitimate payment, then yeah, they'll go with
like it. My student loan at 1 month accepted like $25 from me, and they're like, "Oh, that's fine," you know, when it's a couple $100. So
yeah, right. It's all percentages. Obviously, if you owe $10,000, $25 is irrelevant. But if you owe $100, $25 is a huge percentage.
So hold on, I'm going to ask.
No, I owed $30,000, and they took a $25 payment.
They're fucking shitty bill collectors.
What's this shit that I hear that like you could keep selling, like one bill collector or somebody can sell your debt to someone else, and they could fucking follow you for like 20 years?
Well, so I've never worked for a debt buying collection agency. I've only done contracted collections. So I mean, as far as the scale goes, there's the company you owe doing their collections. There's the company they hire to call you and collect it. And then there's the company they sell it to. The company that buys the debt, those are universally shitty, bottom feeding, law breaking agencies, like almost across the board. Almost 100%. Those guys are violating federal law all the time. The bill, what happens is it's like securitized mortgages. It's the same thing we did in 2008 with the mortgage crisis. You get all these bills together. They have a sticker price of, $1 million. You sell them to an agency for say $10,000. Yeah. Anything they collect over 10 grand is pure profit, and they got $1 million worth of business to do it on. They'll keep selling that account over and over and over again to new debt buyers and new debt buyers and new debt buyers. The statute of limitations doesn't get extended. It's still, depending on the state you're in, it varies, but nationally it's 7 years from the date of delinquency. Yeah. So after 7 years, you have no legal obligation to pay it. That doesn't stop them from calling you to remind you about the bill all the time. It doesn't stop them from filing a case against you, and then you still have to go in and say, hey, it's past statute. And if you don't go in and say, hey, it's past statute, they automatically get a default judgment against you. So it's fucked out. It's, people complain about the criminal system being stacked against them. The civil system ain't any better. It's not any better. I
remember during the whole like presidential race or whatever, there was some politician that like made their fortune on that shit. The buying the debt and chasing after whatever. Because the profit, with the interest building and shit, the profit margin's huge. And it was I forgot which politician it was, but it was like someone who was actually, I think, running.
Well, Mitt Romney had his Bain Capital has Bain Capital is a huge conglomerate, so they have their fingers in everything. But debt buying is one of them.
Maybe it might have been something small like that. I just remember hearing it on like a show. Well, speaking of the whole 2008 thing, which is kind of funny. I just want to touch on this like real briefly, which is kind of funny. Which if I don't think everyone who watches us is pretty much older anyway, but yeah, it's a typical thing where it's like, dude, you kind of wish that it's always the I wish the whole I wish I knew now what I knew that, or wish I knew then what I knew now, and if I could tell myself, dude, explore other opportunities, like always do what you need to do, because my story, I shouldn't even have these stories of shitty jobs, because just briefly on my like quick thing, when I was 15, my first job ever was for my dad. My dad owned, he was in the mortgage industry for years and years. He started his own company, his own corporation. He had people working for him, the whole thing, secretary, the whole fucking nine. My first job at 15, because you're legally in New Jersey allowed to start working at 15, was with him. And I worked with him during the summer, and he'd pay me like $250 a week as a 15-year-old. I went there and did nothing. $250 a week was awesome. I was buying video games and stuff. And then I went back to school, and then I got the job in the nursing home. But then I went back when I turned 16. I went back and worked with him, and I got early release from school. My whole thing was, that was what I was doing. I was going to be a loan officer for him, and then one day, like he even said it. One day, I built this company, and I was going to give it to you and your brother. Like that was my future. So when I was 17, I'd early release from school. I'd go straight to work. I worked like 5 hours, and basically what I did was, because I wasn't 18 yet, I couldn't get a loan officer license.
Right.
I would just, he was, for audit and reasons, whatever. I would just put all the files together, boxes and boxes every day. And that what I was gonna do. So I never went on college visits my senior year and stuff. My thing was I was just gonna go work in my dad's company, and then maybe I'd go to school for business, eventually down the line while
get
I'm
an MBA.
working, all that bullshit. Yeah, and that was my future. Like I was gonna do that. I was gonna make good money because he would make a killing. He made great money. I was just gonna do that, and then so I didn't focus on that shit. I didn't know what I wanted to do because I thought that was my future. I graduate 2007 in
Mm.
September. 2008, the market just crashes, the Great Recession. My dad sold his company.
Oh, he did.
He did all right where he's kind of semi-retired now. But he sold his company. And here
That's too
I
bad.
am.
He should have. If he could have written it out, you guys
He
would
was
have been-
losing a lot of money, but like
Was he?
it's a whole thing, but it's like
Yeah.
it's like holy shit, like my world pretty much went. I was stupid. Like you should have other options, you should look into other things, and here I am thinking I have one career path, and that just I don't think I went to college eventually, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and that's why I'm in the situation like I am now, where I'm kind of still trying to figure out my career path, but it's fucking brutal.
Have you thought about going back and getting your mortgage?
At this point, I wouldn't even want to do that. Like, well, I
Oh, you
asked
don't
my
care
dad
anymore?
if
Okay.
I asked my dad if he like actually recently if he'd think about going because the market's good again and stuff.
Yeah.
And he goes, there's so many restrictions. He goes, I was making money. We were making money hand over fist. And he goes, it wasn't our fault. Like the banks try to blame the mortgage companies, but he's like, we weren't the one approving the loans. We'd come to you, and you were approving no doc loans where they wouldn't even you needed even to show an income and they'd approve a loan.
Right.
He goes, the restrictions are so tight now that he goes, you have to do twice the amount of work and you'd make a quarter of what we were making before. So he's like, I don't even want to deal with it.
That's too bad.
But yeah, so I went to school and I bounced around a bunch of things, but one job I do want to get into real quick. I know I just talked that whole story, but
Go.
I've talked about this before, but I worked as a security officer at a hospital when I was like 20 to like 22, and that is a job I will never not have memories from that. We did a lot of the psych ward in the hospital. We would do one-on-ones on like stairs, if, like old people, but just the endless stories of just people getting in bed, put them down. But the psych ward was crazy because it was a mix between legit crazy people, suicide watches, and drug addicts and just drunk people. So the police would bring someone in and just take them off cuffs and deliver them to us. And in the psych ward, you have to remove all your clothes, and we lock it up and you put your gown on. If you were coming in drunk, you never wanted to do it. It was just so we would get in so many fights. I was in like great shape then. Like I worked out a lot and stuff. I couldn't do it now because I got into so many physical altercations then. What are you guys laughing about? Oh,
Chat.
Nothing. Continue.
but like I used to, take people down. We'd have to put them in 4-point restraints. The nurse would come in to give them 3 shots in the ass, put them to sleep. But you would just sit there in the psych ward, and I used to love it partially because you never knew what you'd get. We had this one guy, Jose, that was like 4 foot tall, and he was completely crazy. And he'd ramble, and he'd start yelling, but he'd call me Binny, not Vinny. He'd be like, and he'd like start yelling at the nurses, and I'd just go up to him and I'd be like, Jose, sit the fuck down. He'd be like, okay, Binny. And he was crazy, and he'd just start crying, and he had this whole like 9/11 theory, and then he'd start crying and talk about how like his dad's Sylvester Stallone, and like Brad Pitt came and like stole his mother away from Sylvester Stallone, and he had this whole ramble, and then there'd be the old lady in
Saw
the
that
other room
on
shitting her pants and just digging the shit out and flinging it against the walls. It was a nightmare of a job. It was like $10 an hour. One time this guy came in like bleeding, and then he decided he wanted to fight us, and we wore like great jackets where you could just wipe the shit off, and we'd always wear gloves. You always had gloves on. We had to fight this fucking guy, and by the time we were done, like I was covered head to toe in this guy's fucking blood. Well, it turns out this guy's HIV positive,
Oh,
And
brilliant.
Oh, motherfucker.
so we had to go through all the tests and all that stuff, and it was a nightmare. I used to make extra money because I was eventually like a supervisor, and the morgue, the undertaker would come in for the bodies in the morgue, and you had to go down there and let him in, and then help him get the body onto his thing, and then after he was done, he'd tip you like $5-10. And if you look on your bill, if you ever bury someone, which God forbid you never really have to do, it will say like hospital tips or something like that, and it's on their bill. They charge the fucking people for it. But they would come in like 2-3 times a day, different funeral homes, and I'd go down there. It was like an extra $15-20 a day. It was great.
Hey, that's real money.
Yeah, when you're like younger, that's like extra $100.
I'm older. I'll gladly take an extra 15-20.
But I'll never get that smell out of my nose. I'll never get the smell of the smell of death. I'll just never. One time, like they came in and they would come in like the people that take the corneas out and all that stuff if they're donations or whatever.
Yeah,
and there's this big fucking fat guy, and you had to be in there with him for some reason. You had to be in them. I don't know what you thought they were gonna fuck the bodies. I have no idea. I was this one chick, and she was pretty hot. And
the dead person or the Undertaker?
No, she wasn't the Undertaker, the medical student or whatever.
Okay, good.
Wait. Have you ever seen any hot dead people?
I saw some people die that from like drug overdoses that were kind of hot.
Okay,
dude, I could do a whole show on this fucking job, and I had to like, she needed to see his back or something like that, and I remember he was naked, he was big fat, and he smelled. They had left him out, I think, a little too long. So I put my gloves on, and I go to lift him up, and the smell of just death and asshole and shit just hit my nose. I lost it. I fucking like dropped the body, but I dropped it too hard and it slapped down and it kind of rolled and fell to the floor. So we had to like pick him up. It was a nightmare. The best part, though, I will say about that job is, like, when someone came in shit-faced, we would have to watch them one-on-one after they were taken care of. And we used to get a lot of that because the hospital I lived in was the busiest non-trauma emergency room on the East Coast. And it's right there by, where Seaside, where the Jersey Shore and where it's Seaside and all that stuff. The show The Jersey Shore was big. I hated it, believe me. It was all those assholes, and they would have a place at Seaside, and Seaside goes to the hospital. It's like 15 minutes away, so you just get all this drunk ass fucking North Jersey girls. And don't get me wrong, this is Vinny, like good looking Vinny, like in shape and shit. They used to come in shit faced, and I used to like.
I like how there's two different Vinnies.
Well, there was good looking, skinny Vinny,
skinny
like
Vinny.
the same personality, just different looking, and.
You can get you get away with a lot more shit when you're.
Oh yeah, when you're younger, not balding, not fat, and have muscle, you get a lot. But they used to come in and like, I remember one girl just reached over. She was drunk, just grabbed my dick. Like, but I used to get a couple. You weren't supposed to do this, obviously, but I used to get a couple numbers. I'd be like, we'd watch them. They'd wake up from their drunken stupor, and we'd talk. And when they started sobering up, and I went on a few dates, and I banged some women from. That came in originally for being drunk. I had to leave that job because of fucking. Actually, I ended up, dude. I was on a mad tear. I was like 22 years old.
Okay.
Good, just good shape. I was a fucking player. I was fucking a nurse or a tech on every fucking unit in the hospital. And what's great is the nurses and units don't talk to each other. So I was juggling this like stable of hoes, and I was like, I had like
Call
3
them up.
texts.
We need the talent for.
Well, yeah, I had like
Arkansas.
3 techs in like I had like 3 techs in like the ER and a transporter, a couple nurses, an X-ray tech, another security officer, which we banged on like the second floor of the emergency room that wasn't finished after our shift was over. And eventually one found out about another, and it just spiraled out of control. So all these women hated me because I was juggling. It was something typically out of a movie, and I had to quit. I legit had to quit. I couldn't work there anymore because my life was hell, because I had so many different women on different units that I had to leave.
I work in a laboratory.
I was gonna say that's it for my house.
Are you banging different women on different units?
I'm not banging anybody.
We talked about this. He's the semen tester.
Oh, did we talk about this on Twitch though, or is it offline? Well, whatever. I work in a genetics laboratory right now, and
so you're working with the genetic material.
Yeah,
you have to test it for
cancer,
taste, and color, and
no, yeah, cancer tastes like this. Mental retardation tastes like this.
Whoa, we don't use the R word, sir.
No. There's a difference. You call someone retarded, that's bad. Mental retardation is a condition. You don't tell, oh, you're retarded. It's like, no, you suffer from mental retardation.
I don't know. My wife tells me we don't use the R word.
Hey, retard.
she can speak up in chat. She knows what I'm talking about.
No, I think actually in the education field they don't use the R word at all.
Oh,
they have a word for it.
In the medical field, it's actually an ICD-10 code. Mental. Well, it might be. I'm not sure. Anyway, mental retardation is valid. So everyone who disagrees with that is invalid.
Wow, now you're calling them invalids.
Tomato, tomato.
Mr. Kristopher is showing his biases.
Intellectually disabled.
Disabled. Okay.
Bam. Lawyered. Well, not really lawyered. Teachered.
Teachered? I've been teachered. No, I just do like fucking data entry and I prepare slides and I
go. Hey, you know Jimmy, that fucking mongoloid all down the street? You know the one that
I liked Vinny's scenario though, where Mr. Kristopher is like jerking the guys off for their genetic material.
No.
Going, Chris,
what was I gonna say? Oh, so I've made phone calls to people. Updated. Okay, I'm reading Bangs Michelle's comment. It's been officially changed in the updated DSM. Okay.
DSM-5, bitches. Even I know that.
Look, I don't deal with DSM. I deal with ICD-10s.
You deal with
I
deal with SMBD.
Yep.
And NSFW.
BBM.
Yeah. Wait, BBW.
No, I like the BBM.
What was it? What was it earlier today, Benny? Big black penis.
Yeah,
BBP.
It was a large black penis or a large black cock.
Oh, it's an LBC. That's right,
LBC.
large black penis.
Going back to inappropriate things, I've had people write on a thing as you're supposed to say what's wrong with this person, and they wrote FLK. And I'll tell you about FLK, funny looking kid.
Oh.
I've seen that on official documents before. I'm like, you can't fucking say that. Funny looking kid, like
that's gonna get out.
Yeah. You might have Down syndrome, you might have Turner syndrome, all these other problems, but you're not FLK. It's called dysmorphic.
I think it'd be fun to be a little downsy.
Dysmorphic features. Well, the funny thing is, like, you could pick them out of a crowd. I mean, I'll trisomy 20 Down syndrome, trisomy 21. That's where you have 321 chromosomes. They have a lot of the same physical features in the face area, and and so you can kind of pick them out of a crowd. It's the kind of people like, oh,
you completely cut out. I couldn't hear that.
Okay, so that's my current job.
That was the 7-second delay for when Chris says something racist or offensive.
Yeah.
It automatically cuts him out.
Cuts me out. Yeah. So anyway, I work at a laboratory and it's great. I have to wear gloves and fucking white coat.
Dude, I could so see you working at a laboratory. You look like such a fucking white cornbread eating motherfucker. You just with that hair and I could see you in the fucking lab coat and the gloves. Yeah, you're just so typical, and then you go home and fucking think about murdering people.
That's what I really go home and do.
Yeah, I could see it.
Murdering people.
You violently masturbate.
With the whole murdering people, I take medication for that. I'm okay now.
He doesn't murder anymore.
Speaking of labs, did you see the story of like in the sperm bank lab where the doctor was throwing out the samples and replacing them with his own sample?
Oh, yeah.
And
those stories come around all the time.
It was a recent one, and he had like 100 and something kids. It turns out because he was
like 68 or something, 70 years old, something like that.
It's just I don't know.
I saw that.
Fucked up. That's so fucked up. I would never do why. I don't want to say why you would want to do that because you're fucking responsible.
I mean, it's narcissism. He obviously figured that his genetic material was superior to
believe me,
whatever.
like if he was
Whoever
like,
he was paying $50 to jerk off into a cup to 30-year-old, porno mags, obviously they're not the best and the brightest. So he figured.
well, I meant even couples who had like women who had problems with like getting pregnant, so they'd go to a doctor. They
Oh right, yeah, with their husband or whatever.
Yeah, he would use his own semen.
Yeah, well,
like if he was like good looking and smart, I guess I'd accept that.
Well, that's the only way he's getting inside a woman.
If he's good looking,
he wasn't getting inside of any of them. He was artificially inseminating them.
That's inside.
He was a fertility doctor.
Yeah.
I know that you don't fuck the people. I'm just saying his little piece of him is inside the woman.
Oh my god! I just got a great business idea. We're gonna open up a fucking sperm bank. Except,
nope.
The guys they're gonna get real sexual relations, no artificial stuff.
Have you seen those machines?
Fuck the guy. What, that milk you?
The machines in Japan. Japan.
What?
Japan machine. No, over in Japan, you stick your dick in this thing and it jerks you off for you.
You took
those
Chatterbank link, didn't you?
Yeah, we were talking about that on my stream the other day. Actually,
they were fucking talking about
speaking of Japan.
We're just reading chat here. It's
I'm gonna tell you something. If you're watching this show on YouTube or you're listening to it on iTunes and Google Play, first of all, thank you. I love you. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a rating. But fucking you need to watch the show live.
Yeah. We have chatters. They're great. We interact in chat.
I don't.
I'm typing in chat. Whatever.
There's a show in Japan. You can actually YouTube. It's on YouTube, where the show is a game show, and the guy goes behind, like you see him from the waist up, and he's naked. And the game show is he gets blown by this gay man, and if he comes, he loses. But if he can last like X amount of time, he wins the grand prize. And it's a funny ass show. Like it's a legit show in Japan because they always have.
I would never win.
Like well, he
How
lost.
funny is that when their pornography has to pixelate out anything involving penetration? They have a game show about a dude blowing a guy.
It's behind like a little corner. It's so funny because the guy comes out.
You can't see it, but
he's a big fat guy, and he comes out and he's sweating and stuff because he's working real hard. And
which
it's
guy's
typical,
the fat guy, the blower or the blower?
The blower, and he can't make this guy come. And it's the funniest fucking show because they're in Japan, but they dub the subtitles in. And like there's one guy when he turns around, he goes, "I will not come. I will honor my family." Like typical Japanese bullshit. And the guy goes towards the end, the fat guy goes like, "Oh, I'm gonna use my special technique," and he goes in there, and that's it. He does it, and the guy comes.
Finger up the asshole.
I don't know what it was, but it's the greatest show. I forgot what it's called.
It would be very, very important whether or not the blower has, mustache or like stubble or something like that.
It's Japan, man. He's clean shaven.
Okay. Yeah. That would be the
Mr. Christopher's doing the math right now. How long would that last? Well, if you had a mustache,
at the end of the day,
add a few minutes on that one. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't care how like manly you are. Like it's still friction. Like there's still some type of actual physical response happening. So I think if enough time, it's not like he gets like 5 minutes. It was a lengthy time. If someone's blown, no matter who the fuck he is, for like an hour. Especially unless you like literally suffer from like some type of not being able to. Well, he's not looking down though. You can't see the guy too, so it's all kind of covered, even the guy. So eventually, you're gonna be getting that feeling, and then your imagination's gonna go somewhere where it's not like a guy blowing you; it's someone else. But whatever. Fuck you guys.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us for Banging Donuts and Mr. Christopher.
Yeah,
we'll see you guys next week.
We're talking about banging.
But we're going to talk about blowjobs.
Me and Raw Joe are going to Japan, and we're getting blown by dudes. He said the bill. He's flipping the bill. I want to go to Japan though in the worst way because those women love fucking white American men. I just want to work my way.
I thought you were going to go somewhere legitimate. I thought you were going to say I want to go to Japan so bad because blah 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 blah. No, right to. I'm thinking I want to go to what's the Akibura neighborhood, the Akibura section of Tokyo where all the like video games and anime shit is. No, Stacy, the show's not over. I mean, the show was over like 5 minutes in, but we're still going to keep talking.
No, so you guys were talking earlier. Vinny,
I don't know what the fuck you're saying. You cut out. Sure.
Would you stop making racist statements, Chris?
Yeah, god damn it. I had
It's
to
a
hit the button
7-second
again.
delay.
I hit the button again. You're off the show. You have about
It's
1%
not my fucking
left.
fault, okay? It's not my fault.
You have about-
fucking shitty ass equipment is fucking up on me, and it's not my fault.
now.
It very well could be my equipment. If anyone
to capture your voice,
if anyone watches my stream, it's very likely that it's some type of error, some type of
Look,
problem.
god damn it! I was trying to lead into a story. I said,
You have about
Vinny-
1% left, so make it good.
"Oh motherfucker,
No, go ahead.
Vinny?
motherfucker, fuck." You know what?
No, I'm actually curious to know where you're going with
Yeah,
this.
yeah, go
but
ahead.
it
No,
didn't cut
it's
out.
not that important anymore. It's just so anticlimactic. I was gonna say,
It's like your sex life.
That's fucked up. I have it on good authority that him and his wife probably fuck more than anyone.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So your dad got you a job. Yeah, my dad got me a job too. Okay, that's where I'm going with this.
They
My
put you on
dad
the
worked-
corner and go to work.
Strap a mattress to your back and hit the corner. I used to work with a lady who, in a collection agency, that was her talk off. Strap a mattress to your back and hit the corner. Get some money.
I don't even understand what that means.
Strap a mattress to
mattress.
your back. And
I
hit
thought you said matches.
Yeah, strap
I'm like,
matches to your
what
back.
the fuck does that even mean?
the mattress. I've
Okay.
been drinking this whole show, and you two have making
She
me
started-
drink doubles. So
She started the
Yeah,
fires in Oakland.
Look at Banks is gonna fucking spit.
she was rubbing too many dicks and started a fire.
The friction. That's why you always
She
you always
was
lose the
dry
groove.
rubbing them.
You always use lube.
You're getting red there. You're getting red there, Mike.
You gotta double fist it, man.
Like I
Always
said,
double
watch the
fist.
show live.
You gotta.
You're about to cry.
Oh.
Rubbing too many dicks.
That's what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if
So-
I was a whore, I'd definitely
In
try
30
to.
seconds, when the delay catches up and I see myself lose it, I might lose it again.
Okay, that's why I gotta get that window up. Okay. Oh, there you go. You're losing it right now. Your head is below the camera.
Oh, my bald spot's not as bad as I always think it is.
It's probably, I don't know. You want to compare bald spots?
No.
Okay. So my dad got me a job at this golf putter factory.
Nice.
Um,
They only make
eh,
putters? That's weird.
only make putters. Yeah. So,
Well,
but it was
mini golf?
a little fucking, it was a rinky dink fucking shit. It was like at the most 10 people who worked there, mostly like 7 or 6. And
They were
so
7
we'd
or
wake
6 year olds.
No,
Yeah,
they were
we were-
seven. They were 6s and 7s. They were not very good looking.
Oh, so we'd wake up at like
Gotcha.
fucking 4:30 in the morning or something because it was
To make
the job's
putters.
in the next. What?
No,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry. I
hear
won't cut
Would
you
you
off.
please
Sorry.
finish your story, Mr. Christopher, for Christ's sake?
I can't fucking finish if you guys don't fucking let me do it.
We got it. You woke up. You woke up at 4:30 in the
Chris,
morning
we
to make
miss
putters, and
You know
go.
what? I'm done.
You
That's
go
what
to
I
the
said. I
factory,
woke up at 4:30 in the morning.
and you guys, you would shove putters up women's vaginas.
Yes.
Wow,
That's what we did.
Vinny. Dark.
That's what I got from that story. I'm sorry.
Okay, I actually am curious to hear your story, but
Yeah. I'll shut
Yeah,
up.
we'd wake up
putters.
at like 4:30 in the morning. You know, I was in my early 20s. I was out of school. I had no job, and then I have a job doing this shit. And so the first thing I do when I get there, it's rinky-dink fucking operation. The owner had this little area where for the kids to play. You know, it's like a babysitting type of thing.
yeah, like a daycare.
And I would go over there because of these pillows and shit, and
Oh,
I would
Jesus.
crash for half an hour while my dad and his buddies were getting coffee or something. And
Did you bring candy with you?
I was waiting. I can't believe Chris walked into that. There's an area for the kids, so I used to go over there on my break.
Like, where's this going?
As soon as you said it, I was waiting. I'm so sorry.
fuck you
I'm
guys.
so sorry. It's not even funny.
Bangs, I'm going to take your wife's suggestion and just
Just walk out.
Walk out. So we're now the Bag and Donuts show.
I can still see your nipple.
Yeah.
wait. What nipples? Did you say
I
nipples?
can still see your nipple.
Oh, god damn it. Well, that's because you're on Skype, but let's see what it looks like. See? I walked off camera, but my
they can
arm was
see an
still there.
elbow.
God damn it. God damn it, that didn't fucking work. All right, now I got to get centered in the fucking camera or some bullshit.
Oh.
So anyway, this stupid job, basically what the job was is you take, they would have the casts, right? And they would fill the casts of the fucking metal or whatever, and then they'd give it to you, and it's all rough and everything. So you have to take this rough metal fucking cast and what is it? There's these machines that had belts on them.
Yeah,
and the belts. Yeah, the belts had a certain grit, and you had to take the thing and rub it up and down the belt.
Demonstrate it again, Chris. Fucking A.
Up and down the belt.
Did you bring the kids on a tour and show them that?
Yeah. I'm like, here guys, let's go up and down my belt.
Mr. Kristopher's neighborhood.
Yeah. And you had to do the one side, then the other side, and the other side. So these fucking machines were grinding off all this dust, and you had to. Actually, a mask wasn't even fucking required. It's like, hey, you can wear a mask if you want, you know, whatever. And all this fucking dust is getting
working for you.
I'm dead. I don't. What is that even?
I'm not really sure, but that's what they advertised during Maury, and it has something to do with dust.
Okay. So and this shit would get into my shoes. I was wearing shoes and socks, and when I took my shoes off at night, they were fucking they were orange. My fucking feet were orange, like because this fucking stuff would get everywhere. And this was back in the mid 90s, and I don't even know if CDs were really a thing. They probably were, but I would make cassette tapes of like movies and things like that, and I would just because I would listen to cassettes like the entire time because I wasn't talking to anyone. It's too fucking loud. So you're sitting there doing this same boring factory shit. My Walkman, same boring factory shit for hours, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this, and so I have these shitty cassettes, and it was the crappiest fucking job I've ever had, and I eventually got laid off, and I was so pissed because
they laid you off.
Yeah.
For what?
Hey. Yeah. Oh
no, I actually wasn't making an innuendo there.
I thought you were like, oh yeah, I got
no, not everything's sexual. Why?
Yeah, it is.
Why did they lay you off?
Well, because they weren't getting enough orders. So they said, look, guys, we got to take some of you, and we don't have the way to pay you right now, but as soon as the orders pick back up again, we'll bring it back. But I didn't know anything about diplomacy, and I didn't know anything, and it was the second job I ever had. So they called me in the office, and I'm like, well, this and this, and I had this big stone fucking pissed off face. I didn't say anything, and I was so pissed off. And when they called me back to do it again, I was like, no, I'm not doing this again. Even though it was like my dad is working there. And
well, it worked out in the end.
Well,
I mean, in the best case scenario, you'd work your way up to like making 9 irons at this point.
What? But what type of putters? Like, were they making like no name brand? I guess just generic putters. Well, you could buy at like Walmart.
No. Well, these were special order putters. And we had some people who were, like a star or two that was really into us. See, my dad used to work for Titleist, and they do a lot of golf stuff. And, he did that through his youth. And then one of the other people who worked there, started off this company called Noble Golf. And that's the one I worked for. And, it's a little offshoot, like, whatever. And
now,
we had a few, go ahead.
Now, were you fired because there just wasn't work, or because you were hanging out with all the kids in the fucking daycare ring every day?
Well, they didn't like the fact that I was banging the kids, but they couldn't prove it.
Oh.
So maybe that's why they fired me. I'm not sure.
Were you the Jerry Sandusky of putter factories?
I don't know who that is.
You know who Jerry Sandusky is?
I was like,
that
even
was
for not a
pretty
sports
significant
thing,
news.
I don't know, whatever. He fucked kids. in the shower.
Okay.
Well, no, Sandusky didn't. He covered.
No,
Oh no,
Sandusky
that was
did.
Joe
Paterno.
that covered it. Yeah. You're right. Sandusky was the child fucker. You're right.
Child.
Child fucker.
I mean, that's one way to put it. I guess if you want to be harsh about it.
How do you
I
know
don't
they-
think we should. I don't think, unlike the people of Pennsylvania, I don't think we should mince words about what he was doing.
Maybe the kids wanted it.
Well, it's just called child rapist. I mean, come on.
No,
Well,
that's
he was
wrong.
that too.
Yeah, it's wrong in all counts.
He was
It
a
was
piece
fucked
of
up
shit.
stories. I read the official transcripts when they got released, and I don't want to get too much into this, but they were so graphic. Like it was so bad. His move was he liked to give young boys bear hugs and crack their backs. Like that was his. He used to get off sexually for that. Yeah, I don't know, it's fucking weird, man.
You don't know who Jerry Sandusky is, Chris?
I'm
You know
lying?
who Joe Paterno is, right?
I don't know who the fuck any of these people are.
Have you read a book, like ever?
I own some.
So it's a start.
I-
No, it was.
yeah.
It's been a huge story for like 6 years. It blows
Sorry.
my mind that you've never heard those names.
Sorry I let you down, Bang. Sorry.
That's fine. Fuck it.
All right.
So yeah, I worked at a golf putter.
I
And
bet you worked that
Where?
cross butter.
I worked it so good. What
I don't know. That was a reach.
where else have I
That
worked?
was a big reach.
I was a fucking secretary at a law. I was a secretary at a law firm.
Did you
before.
wear tight mini skirts and
Is that what you picture, Vinny?
yeah, little
You know,
cut
Vinny
tops?
wants to see you in a miniskirt, Chris. That is not a
Yeah.
secret. That's not a
Yeah.
secret.
I mean, I'll do it for the show, but
Did you go into the president's office and drop your pencil and bend down and pick it up?
man, so it was this law firm with two big dudes. You know, the head of the name in the name of the fucking law firm. I could just say it right now. It's Crosby and Gladner. Okay.
Was it
So there was-
Crosby, Gilmer, and Nash?
There's this Crosby guy and the Gladner guy, and the fucking Gladner guy, man, he was such a fucking nerd. Like, anyway, like I was a secretary, so I had to do all secretary shit, and I guess this story isn't all that exciting. And
Get
I worked there for
coffee,
you.
take lunch orders, blowjob occasionally.
Actually, I didn't have to do the first two things
oh, good.
as you mentioned.
Nice. Well played. Well played.
But and I was still super young, and I didn't know what I was doing. I had to talk to these people on the phone all day, and it was at the biggest client was car insurance people, like Geico and all of them types of people. And basically, if let's say you get into a car accident, and what happens? It's been so long ago, I don't fucking remember.
We
God
usually
damn
get
it.
checked out by the hospital.
Yeah,
It's a police
it had
report.
something to do with the fact that if you had a judgment against you because of the car accident, that's right. Insurance companies wanted to get paid, right?
Right.
So they got involved, and we would do collections for them.
Subrogation.
Something that sounds fancy like that, yeah.
That's the
And-
you were doing subrogation.
Okay.
I'm glad that I know
And-
more about your past job than you do, Chris. Should I tell the
Well,
story?
Yeah. What I do next? Okay. So when you have a judgment against you, and if it's like traffic related, they take your license away.
Yep.
And they don't tell you about it, or, I mean, they may send you a letter, but who the fuck reads their mail? So, so these people would call up and they'd be like, what the fuck? You guys are, took my license away. You guys are bad. You guys are horrible. I had this one lady call me, and she wanted to talk to one of the attorneys, and the attorney would talk to her, and then the attorney's like, okay, fine, you're not going to give us, hang up. She'd call back. She's like, I don't want to talk to him. So I would say, hey, attorney, she wants to talk. He's like, no, just tell her go away. I don't want to talk to her. Tell her to get if she has a lawyer, I'll talk to her. And so about 3 or 5 calls into this, and she's like, you guys are just like the bad guys on the television. You're taking away my stuff. I didn't do anything wrong. And this, I was a young kid, and this girl's crying. And I'm like, it's okay. I was telling her, it's fine. Just, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but get a lawyer. They'll talk to the lawyer. It'll be fine. It's this lady crying at me, telling me I'm like some of the evil people from the movies. So, and I worked there for about a year, and then I moved on to the laboratory job. And I've been working in this laboratory for, what is it, 18 years now.
I've never been so disappointed in Mr. Kristopher than I am right now of him telling that story.
Why? What's so disappointing about it?
Such a shitty bill collector.
I was just, God damn it! I was like fucking 19 years old answering.
Yeah, I was 18 when I started, and I was the best.
Fuck you! I didn't care. I mean,
well,
wait a minute.
I don't want this to sound like wrong.
Okay,
you're Jewish.
Yeah. See,
and I have a giant nose to go with it.
Well, actually, my nose is bigger than yours, then.
Well, yeah,
I'm
Norwegian.
Norwegian.
That goes. I mean,
I got a little hook to my nose too. I got a Jewish.
I'm Norwegian, motherfuckers.
Lips.
What do you know for besides shitty fish? I don't. What's your point?
Fucking Vikings, bitch.
He pillaged and raped.
How's that worked out for him?
I don't know.
Are there any left? Are there any left?
I'm Norwegian. I'm fucking living Viking.
Are there
right
any
here.
Vikings left?
You'd make a shitty Viking, Chris. What the fuck are we talking
Why?
about?
I got the pot belly. I got the hairy chest.
Chris would be the. I call him Chrissy. Chris would be the fucking bar wench.
Yeah, you'd go in to pillage and rape, and you'd be the one getting raped, and not by a woman.
God. Oh God!
Maybe by a woman.
Maybe by a woman, but it wouldn't be like you wouldn't be. She
dirty.
wouldn't want to be inside you. Like she would want to be inside you, like not the opposite way. Yeah.
Well, you do know that when Vikings get on a ship for months and months, they get kind of lonely. So maybe they bring an extra dress for someone to wear.
No,
Chris has thought about this very deeply.
Have you and your wife ever role played as Vikings?
That's a good one to do. We haven't tried that one yet.
It's like,
no.
It's me, it's Thor. Are you ready to take my big hammer?
I'm gay Thor.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm T-Rex Army. I'm the T-Rex.
Yeah,
because
I didn't say
why you gotta take it? Why you gotta take it in such a bad direction?
I said nothing about that being him being gay.
Jeez.
He was just feminine because you'd be a feminine Viking.
He's just got a lisp. He's not gay.
Let's go. Let me shove my big hammer in you. Oh, by Odin's beard. You know what I mean? It's just whatever. So I used to deliver pizzas. And
segue.
That was a pretty fun job.
It's a damn good thing, Chris, that we're all such good friends and Chris is such a good sport because it's gotten a little brutal today.
Yeah, I don't think.
You fucking guys really gave it to me at the beginning.
So hard. Keep talking.
Kool-Aid Man. Oh, he's so cool. He's like, oh, we're gonna fire Mr. Christopher. That fucking dead weight bullshit. And you didn't even apologize. He's like, oh, you just go right into your fucking show. Fuck you guys.
Well, no, half of what you said because you kept getting censored.
I kind of get what he was saying, but I did apologize, like briefly.
Are funny though.
I gotta turn that into a GIF. I gotta figure out how to do that.
Yes, do that. Are you recording this? I want to see this so bad. So the TLDR is fuck you guys. You did not say just kidding. And
I did say no. I said we love you.
It was. He said it was with love. He said, I mean, no disrespect. That's
no. But
and
there's something.
Not for nothing. But Chris is
I said
shit.
Yeah. Well, I said before.
No disrespect, but he's dead weight.
No, I said Chris is going to probably hear this. I said Chris is probably going to hear this, but he's a good guy or something. I don't remember. It was very brief, and then bang.
Okay, Vinny, you are you're fine. You're fine, Vinny.
Thank you. I know I'm fine.
Bangs, you're a fucking asshole.
Yes.
Yes,
tell him.
You.
Let's go.
Tell him.
Let's go.
Tell him how big of an asshole he is.
It's a big gaping fucking goatsy asshole.
Oh,
goatsy?
It's a meme from 2006.
You've never seen Goatsy?
I don't think so.
Oh, look that up.
Goatsy's up Vinny's alley. I can't believe you. You'll know it when you see it.
Is that a video or a picture?
No, it's a picture.
It's a picture. Is it on like goatsy.com?
Oh, I don't know. You just Google Goatsy. Don't do that at home. Don't Google Goatsy.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You tell me not
Vinny
to
can do it, but I don't want anybody else to do it.
I was going to say what?
Vinny,
I'm seeing a picture of Donald Trump.
That's close.
Fitting.
Goat.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah, baby, you saw it. You can't unsee that shit.
No, I've seen that before though.
Yeah, he'd seen it. He should know what it was called. So tell me again how I'm a giant piece of shit.
Fuck you.
No, I wanted to know where this was going before you got sidetracked with your goats and shit.
No, I alredy told you. You fucking
Well,
were
that was
super
anticlimactic.
You were
Like your
just
love
like my sex life. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just so used to it by now. Like, you guys just bend me over. I'm like, okay, whatever. My asshole's big now because you guys keep fucking it.
Chris has reached the point where we don't even have to say anything. He's like, let me just, I'll do it.
Let me do this for you.
I'll do it for you. Save your breath. Have a cookie. Drink some coffee.
We wouldn't want to
take care of the insults.
We wouldn't want to keep fucking your asshole because I think it's loose and it's not enjoyable anymore.
I've been told that is an incorrect.
There's the acceptance.
Yeah.
So like 20 minutes ago, my wife in the chat said there's 5 stages of dealing with Vinny and bangs: disgust, discomfort, annoyance, don't give a fuck, and acceptance. And Rajo just said, "There's the acceptance."
No.
Well, we missed the whole week, so it's like
Chris,
double
I'm sorry.
the fun.
It is how to love, though. If I didn't love you, I would not.
Yeah, if we didn't think you could take it, we want to.
Yeah, baby.
You're not going anywhere.
Faces. Oh yeah.
You're fucking.
Okay, too far. Dial it back.
You own 33% of this stream.
That's right. And you can take that to the bank. You can hang on to it for a little while.
Well,
I gotta let it mature.
Me and Bangs
Yeah,
own just. We're keeping your 0.3 from that 33, and we're gonna split it because we need,
Nice. So we have majority.
Yeah, we have majority, so we're keeping 0.3.
Nice.
Well, see, you guys can be 33.5, and then I'll just be 33.
Yeah, basically.
That's fine.
You're a minority stockholder in the
Yes.
Bang Donuts Corporation LLC.
The Bangin' Donuts Corporation, and with Mr. Kristopher is just it's not part of the name, but it's said.
Well, there was
the name.
see what had happened was there was a character limit on the state website when we registered. So we just weren't able to fit it in there. But
Dude, that would have been too
you're
long.
absolutely a valued equal part of this operation.
That would have been too long. If we're being clear, that would have been too long of a fucking URL, man.
URL.
I mean, Kristopher is
I
even
purposely dropped Ed Mr. Christopher from the URL just because it was too long.
I told you guys it should just be Bangin' Donuts. I don't need to.
No, it's too fun. I love the and Mr. Christopher. It's my favorite part of the name.
Okay.
And Mr. Christopher. Not with. And.
Well, you know what?
I'm
The end
looking at it right now.
Guys.
The end is good because we could substitute any name really in there in the future.
True.
As we did last week.
As we did, yeah.
I'm glad you guys.
Well, how's that? We still called it Bangin' Donuts and Mr. Christopher, Chris. We didn't say Bangin' Donuts and Kool-Aid Man.
I'm just happy. I'm just happy that you didn't cross my name out like you said you were going to.
I was waiting to see.
You know what? Because you heard if you heard it, so I was like, it wouldn't be as funny. But if you didn't hear it, I would have done it.
Okay. I like Rajo's comment. The shirts will have Mr. Kristopher on the inside.
Schmarkus is a fucking god.
Have you ever seen?
I can hear my wife cracking up in the other room.
Oh Jesus! I gotta say.
Oh God, he's just got a gif of the hands.
That shit. This is my new. This is my new. This is my new follow gif. This is my new follow gif. On
I think
Twitch.
we should all use it. I want to use it too.
Mr. Kristopher, I'm saving it right now.
I saved it already.
Oh my God.
I'm pulling up Streamlabs. I'm fucking uploading this right now. If you,
God!
I say again.
You have to watch it
on
live
a podcast. You have to watch the show
because we're staring at a picture that you do not see, and it's hilarious. So go to twitch.com.
Can you guys hear Michelle? Can you hear Michelle laughing?
No.
Good.
How the fuck did Schmarkus get that?
Schmarkus is a god with this stuff. He's so fucking fast. He's scary fast.
I think we all got to use that as our
Well, no. Hold on a second, guys, because what you need to do is give him the green screen version, so it's not the chicken in the background. And
No,
then
I like the chicken. Fuck it. Oh,
You like the chicken in
you
the
put
background?
Whatever.
Oh, is the chicken in the back? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's all right. I don't even care. I didn't even.
I don't
notice
think
that.
I even know
Given-
how to do that.
Oh, how do you? Well, no. If you just give him the video, because you fucking I don't know.
No, I can't.
Whatever.
Stop.
So, Vinny,
Can we get back on topic?
Oh, what
Yeah.
was the topic again?
you were talking about delivering pizzas. Go.
Oh, well, we don't need to get exactly back on topic. I just mean like keep it more centric on what's going on now.
Look, I
Um,
just gave you
oh,
a
yeah.
fucking lead in. Just do it.
Yeah, no, I used to deliver pizzas, and it's not something I actually made solid money delivering pizzas. You can make good money delivering pizzas. Like, look at Kool-Aid Man, who was on the show last week. He delivers, and he makes good money for that. He was telling he makes like he made like $500 on that just delivering. He's out in Vegas though, so it's you get it's the casinos and so on all that stuff. But I used to. It was kind of fun because I was still kind of younger-ish. I guess 22, 23-ish. I was delivering pizzas, and it was great because I kind of made my own hours. And I would just go in and deliver, but then like I'd work it around other things. Like I would go deliver, and you get tips, or sometimes I used to get tipped in weird things. Like I used to get tipped in like weed and stuff. It was crazy. But I used to like
I don't even smoke weed. I tipped a guy in weed one time.
nice. I used to like
You're
go
like, I have
deliver-
no use for this. So here.
Well, I was at a buddy's house. There was this great little pizza place that shockingly didn't last very long because you were for $20 you got 2 large pizzas, a large salad, a large side which was like a pasta side, and a dessert. And I mean it was like $50 worth of food for $20. There's no way they were gonna last. And we ordered from them all the time, and dude showed up, and these 2 fucking assholes like threw money at me and ran out the door to go get these are my buddies to go get cigarettes or something. And the guy comes up and gives me the total, and I'm looking at this money I have, and it's like dead on, with like 16 cents worth of tips. So I just kind of looked around and I'm like, oh, and I just gave him their weed. Said,
nice.
there you go. He was happy with it. He was fine
I
with
took
it.
a couple hits, and yeah, I used to just it was this dude. The creepiest. There was this one guy who would order 40 wings and like 2 pizzas every like couple days, and he'd answer the door, and he was one of those guys that he would be shirtless every time, and he's one of those guys that like are like huge muscle wise, but not defined. They had a little bit of a gut. It's one of those guys. And his wife would always be upstairs. My thing is they must have just got done fucking all the time. Would just order wings and pizzas. Because she answered the door once, and she was a piece of ass. And she was just in her bra and panties. And every time I delivered there, like, they were always half naked. So it must have been a ritual for them. But, yeah, we used to do some crazy stuff. And Joe hit it on the head. Like, you guys won't believe... I don't care if you guys believe me, but this is true. I'm telling you, from 20 to 25, I went on this tear where I'll never experience again in my life. But, yeah, I used to go deliver. And I never, like, banged anyone that, like... I never had one of those scenarios, but like if I was talking to a girl, I would end up going to her house, and I'd deliver something, a pizza or something like that, and I'd go to her house and we'd make out and blowjobs and all that stuff, and then I'd continue on. But
Chris, we got to talk about your blowjob technique if that's what you're doing.
Look,
You work your
okay,
way-
teach me, Bangs. Teach me how to fucking suck on a dick.
You buy the plane ticket. I'll teach you. I'll give you instructions.
you gotta work the shaft. Work the shaft in the head. The most sensitive part of the penis is underneath the head.
Go video will give you all the pointers you need.
Yeah, like
That's fine,
there's
Vinny.
there's
It's
like
okay.
some women just like give great blowjobs, and some don't. Like some think it's all about just speed.
We didn't
It's
say what
not-
kind of jobs this show was about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's yeah, that's true.
Prostitution and blowjob.
Well, I'm just saying all the women out there, you work
Go
the
ahead, Vinny.
shaft.
Tell the little women what they
Well, make sure you're working the shaft and focus on the head a lot. But then, like, you gotta switch up. Like, some women are too consistent.
So
They're either
fucking serious about this.
well, because
He has very strong opinions
well,
about
yeah,
blowjobs.
because I
You don't
love
know this?
blowjobs, and like some women just don't get me wrong. I'll accept any type of blowjob. I'll take any type. But some women just focus. They don't switch it up. They don't switch up speed. It's either really fast or they're slow. Or some women don't close their mouth enough. There still needs to be a little bit of a suction job. You want to do a little stroke and twist. I'm not big. I don't like my balls are real sensitive, but like
Technique is very important, Mr. Christopher. Clearly.
No, you're
It
supposed to do this,
is.
Vinny. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to
Oh
go.
my god.
Hey girls, I'm gonna tell you how to suck on a cock.
Okay.
No,
I gotta tell you guys a story.
that's a little
This
dark.
from this morning. We were watching. I watch a YouTuber who does like unboxing videos of subscription boxes. He's not a good YouTuber, but he gets all of the subscription boxes. So I subscribe to his channel, just to see what's in them. And he had a food box, and he pulls out this like. this, sorry, now I'm thinking about it. It's like a oh man, it's like you remember the whatchamacallit bars?
Yeah.
Do you remember those? They were
Don't they
like
still have
kind of
those?
thick. They still make them,
Dude.
but they're not as easy to come by.
My wife just did like one stream. She was doing it's a food crate instead of loot crate. It's like a food
Yeah.
crate.
Yeah,
And she and from she got a bunch of shit from England.
Okay.
And it was like 6
Hello.
different. What?
He said hello. He was trying to do a really shitty English accent.
Just interrupted me and all that. So it was like 6 different candy from England, and is that kind of close to what you're talking about?
Yeah, same idea. This was like from all over the place, but he pulls out this candy bar, and it's like a whatchamacallit. So it's it's probably half an inch thick, and it's probably 4 or 5 inches long, and it's coated in chocolate, right? And he pulls it out of the wrapper, so he's got this brown log in his hand, and first he sniffs it, and then he licks the tip of the candy bar. He's like this. And he takes a bite and he goes, "Oh, all I got was the hard outside. I didn't get any of the cream in the middle."
Jesus Christ! How could someone be so like unobservant of his
it-
surroundings?
He was completely oblivious. He's like, and he takes another bite of it. He's taking like these really tiny, like he's shaving off the edge with his teeth, like just like shaving the edge down, trying to get to the creamy center of the. He goes, all I'm getting is the brown outside. I'm not getting any of the white inside.
Oh no!
I'm not making this up.
Jesus
I
Christ.
wish I was.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Which brings you back to blowjobs, ladies. Never use teeth.
Never use what?
Teeth.
Oh, teeth. Yeah, I made that
Okay.
joke this morning.
Never use teeth.
Vinny, how do you feel about this? Have you ever had a woman suck your balls? Just your balls.
I've moved on from this.
Which was funny because then he had these other candies that were balls, and he's like, "They're so hard." I'm like, "Oh, you lick the tip, but you won't suck the balls."
Jesus, this fucking guy. And there's no way he was doing this on purpose.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I'm gonna find it quick.
To answer your question,
Oh,
Chris,
so you've moved on, Vinny. You won't answer my question.
No, I'll answer that question. My balls. I know every man's balls are sensitive. But mine are particularly sensitive, and I don't like suckage of the balls. I don't mind the cradling of the balls. I don't like suck. I had this one girl. I had a couple girls actually did this where you like get them from behind. It's pretty hot. They reach under and they grab your balls while you're banging them from behind. That was pretty hot. But
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, as far as the suckage of the balls, I'll pass on that.
Okay.
Like I said, Vinny has very specific opinions about oral negotiations.
You know what? It's really weird that I feel okay asking Vinny about this, probably because he's single. But for some reason, I don't
Probably
want to
'cause he's
ask
single.
any of these questions to Bangs, because for one thing, I know his wife is in the chat.
Would be
That just makes it even better television, doesn't it?
Okay.
I didn't get the question though. I was busy getting the link.
All right, Bangs. Do
Do you
you
like
ever
your balls sucked
your
down?
balls sucked? No touches of the penis, just the balls being sucked.
Oh, just
Oh,
the no.
Wait, you mean
just
you
the
mean
balls? No.
yeah? What are you talking about? You mean like no?
I'm just
blowjob
saying
is-
the ball sack in the mouth.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is it
I mean, I'm not-
like? Is there? I'm sorry, I don't want. Before you answer this, I want the
No, Vinny,
correct-
tell him how I feel about my balls
No,
being
but I'm saying, is this during the act of giving oral sex, or is it just, oh, I'm not making you come with your shaft, I'm just gonna suck on your balls for an hour or two? Like, what do you?
It's just like I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna suck on
Yeah.
your balls.
But it's already in the act, like the blowjob's already happening. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go suck on your balls. It's not like, hey, pull your pants down, I just want to suck in your balls. I'm trying to.
Okay, under what condition is it acceptable to have your balls sucked?
Well, like if I'm not gonna fucking ejaculate just from my balls being sucked. Like I want, like if it's in the whole process, and they go like, all right, I'm gonna just jerk your shaft off while I suck on your balls for a little while. That's okay. I still don't
That's
want
okay.
it, but you can go
You don't
back.
want it? Okay.
Whatever.
All right, Bangs. How about you?
I'm fine with it. Sure, yeah.
You're fine with it. Would you ever request?
Would I ever request my balls being sucked? No, I don't feel that strongly about it.
You know, you're like, this isn't something I need to do.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it, but it's not like my thing. Like I feel like the thing you request, that's your thing. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
Okay.
Chris, do you like sucking balls?
Chris obviously brought this up because he's not getting his balls sucked and he's feeling very
No,
bitter.
I don't. No, it's a no. So that's why I was wondering, did anybody else?
It's
dig
not.
it?
I don't really care. I'm indifferent about it, but I don't prefer it because my balls are very sensitive. I have watched a video where a guy put his penis and his balls
Of
inside
course
the
you
woman.
have.
That
Of
was-
course, yeah.
Okay, of course you have.
Well, there was one video where he like went into her anally and then put his balls in her vagina.
That sounds painful.
It's
I
the
don't-
Bang and Donuts show, and it's being what is to you by Chatterbait,
Yeah.
sponsored by
Chatterbait
Chatterbait.
and Kate.
Once I get
was
thrown
it,
off
Kate?
Twitch, that's gonna be where you'll be
K1?
finding me.
I'd be a decent announcer if I didn't fucking stutter every goddamn word.
Or if you didn't cut out from cursing so much.
Yeah.
Look.
Well,
jobs.
I feel like we could have another show on like a sex show. We need we need to
All of
bring
our
a
shows
woman.
are sex shows. We got
Yeah, but I meant like a dedicated.
you know, the show that's about sex. That's the show we're going to talk about the most mundane, trivial bullshit.
Yeah.
That'd be a great.
Well,
show.
your most horrible show ever, the one that I wasn't on. Yeah, I heard you guys didn't even talk about anything.
I heard that was the
You
best
did-
show ever.
I'm sure Kool-Aid Man told you that.
Every place, exactly. Every place I've gone on Twitch this week, there's some guy in the chat talking about how show number 7 is the best show ever.
Yeah. No.
We don't. You know,
But
what? We were very passionate about that subject. I think me and Bangs realized we were more passionate than we thought we would be.
Oh, I was
So we
exactly
ca-
as passionate as I thought I was going to be. I love.
I ended up being
professional
more
wrestling.
passionate than I thought I would be. So like,
Yeah.
we talked about the divas a little bit.
Yeah,
Show went a
that's where
little-
Vinny got interested.
It went a little long. I think the show went a little long.
Well, we'll get you to watch the Royal Rumble, and we'll do a show with you.
Because you weren't on it, you thought it should have went like a half hour.
45 minutes. I mean, I'll give you that.
It was very awkward not busting Kool-Aid Man's balls the whole time.
Well,
Quite
you know,
frankly,
we didn't talk, so it was hard to bust
No.
balls.
that's true.
Is he in the chat? I don't think he's.
No, he's not on this show, so he
He's
said,
a-
"Fuck it, I'm not
Yeah, he's like,
going."
fuck it. I'm not watching these
He's
losers.
bitter as fuck that we didn't fire
These
you.
fucking nerds. Do you think he
Yeah,
actually
that you guys
thought
didn't
that,
fire me.
like, I love Kool-Aid Man. He's a mod for my channel. He's a great guy. But
Yeah,
you
he's a
think
great
like
guy.
in his head that
Oh,
like
he's
he
great.
like. Well, you think in his head he was like, I know this is my big break.
This is
I
my
know
shot.
They're,
This is my
they're
big
gonna
shot.
they're gonna let Chris go. I know it, and it's gonna be the Banging Donuts and Kool-Aid Man show.
I'm flattered that anybody thinks this is their shot at the big time.
It's my shot. I only got one chance. I can't lose my chance. I can't miss my chance. Though I don't know. I can't quote Eminem. So do you got
Oh,
another
yeah.
story? Bangs, you want to throw out?
I have
Yeah.
one that I've been saving for the end just for Vin. Are we at that point?
Yeah.
All right. So when I was a bouncer the first time, I worked at this. This was like well, let me back up. This building had been like a shit kicking country nightclub for 20 years, 30 years, something like that. That place, I think the guy just retired, sells the building. This other guy puts in a barbecue restaurant and like a catering company. They're in business for like, I don't know, 10, 12 years, something like that. And then he remodels the bar into a dueling piano nightclub. And this was when dueling pianos were like blowing up. This was,
Like Donald Duck and Daffy.
what?
That was never mind. It was a reference that no one gets. It was that movie. What was that movie? Who
Well,
Framed
with
Roger
Donald
Rabbit?
Duck and Daffy, none.
No, yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Remember they were on the stage in the nightclub and they were doing dueling piano.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Okay, fair enough. Something like that. It's basically just guys on keyboards, you know, that they can mimic instruments, and they take song requests and they sing a bunch of songs. It's kind of fun, and you get competitions going because people will request shitty songs, and someone will pay more money to stop their song and play a different song. It's kind of a little thing, but they were, I don't know, they must have just been on the precipice of this whole thing blowing up, because the place was in the middle of nowhere. It was like Roadhouse, middle of nowhere, shit kicking country bar. And all of a sudden, it's like the hottest nightclub in the state. People were driving hours to come be at this bar, and it's complete insanity. But at this point, we're probably close to the height of the popularity. And so at the end of the night, me and my guys, our job was to obviously clear out the club, the bar, whatever, get everybody out, clear the parking lot, blah blah blah. You know, close up. And some woman comes up to me and she goes, I don't know how to tell you this. And I'm like, okay. I think you need to check the bathrooms. And I'm like, oh, great. I'm like, don't worry about it. We check them. We gotta clean it up. It happens all the time. Blah, blah. She goes, no, I feel like you need to check it now. And I'm like, if some dude's in there fucking shooting up heroin, because again, this was like at the height of the methamphetamine epidemic, and the city that it was in was becoming like the meth capital of the state. So I'm like, if some dude's shooting up heroin or meth or something, that's outside I'm not paid enough to fucking deal with that. She goes, just go in there. I said, what's going on in there? And she's like, this is in the women's bathroom. I think they're having sex in there. And I kind of roll my eyes, and I'm like, oh. I go in there, and it's unmistakable. I mean, it's like porno loud. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's like this woman is like Jenna Jameson overacting. Okay. And I get in there, and
you pulled your wang out, right? And...
No.
You went to the next stall though, just for a little bit.
No, because
he built a glory hole real quick.
For better or worse, when I'm in work mode, and like none of those things even cross my mind. Oh. And I get about 3 steps in, and I'm like, this sounds so familiar, right?
Yeah, and
I open the door. There's the head waitress. This is for Vinny, getting railed up the ass like I've never seen in my life by some fucking nasty ass, just scrubby dude, just fucking like trash, like trailer trash scrubby, just going to town on her. I was like. She worked. I mean, she was. I don't think she worked that night. I don't think. Getting railed to town. I'm just like,
who goes to a fucking
Amy?
club?
Hey, Amy, how's it going?
I would let them finish.
Well,
the guy look at you.
Here's the problem. We got paid a flat rate, so the longer it takes them to finish, the longer it takes me to finish my job and go home. So fucking I'm not letting them finish. I'm ready to go.
Okay. Hold on. So you're telling her to stop? Does the guy like mid thrust? Stare at you.
He stopped as soon as the door opened. He was like he got like 2 more pumps in, and he was like, like this. She was like, she was yelling, don't stop. And I was like, Amy, she's like, fuck off, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, we're closed. I'm going home. You've got to go.
Was she hot?
You got to go take this somewhere else before fucking David sees this shit. David was the owner.
Was she hot?
She was good looking. She was all right. She was.
Are you glad you saw her asshole getting stuffed?
Honestly, for comedic purposes only.
Oh, that didn't go in the spank bank?
No, not at all.
Did you see her tits?
Not at all. No, her
tits were covered.
Up. Skirt was hiked up.
That's fuck.
I mean, you have to understand, Chris. She's like standing on the toilet, like squatted, and he's like in a standing position. These were tiny stalls, man.
I might masturbate to that story later.
Okay, well, you do you, Vinny, but
I'll change the people around a little bit.
But here's the rub, though. For the next fucking no, yeah, good. Well, nice.
Okay.
For the next month, she went around cussing my name for fucking interrupting her shit.
How was she still allowed to work
She
there?
was complaining to that place was so fucked up. I wasn't surprised at all. She was probably banging the owner or supplying him with drugs, something. But yeah, she went around cussing my name for a month because I fucked up her orgasm.
That's great.
Yeah,
Her
her
anal
anal
orgasm.
orgasm.
It's women can get it. It's true. There's a lot of nerve endings
about guys?
in the anus. Yeah, I guess too. That's why guys like having anal sex, I guess.
Yeah,
There's a
come on,
lot
man.
of pleasure nerve endings in the anal. It's all about getting in. Once you're in, it's enjoyable for both parties. It's the getting
Why-
in,
I mean-
which is the harder part.
I mean, don't you like taking a shit?
Don't ruin anal sex for me.
I finally made Vinny speechless.
He doesn't like poop. He's like
No.
involved in
Oh,
this.
you don't like poop, Vinny?
No, I
No.
like anal sex, but like for some reason I don't like. I've never. Luckily, I've gone bareback inside of anus, and I've never had discolorment on my penis. Thank God. But I'm not gonna stick my dick inside of an ass of a random girl in a bathroom stall.
Why not?
Yeah, that was not her. I guess I just realized that wasn't her boyfriend. She was not single, and it wasn't her boyfriend. So speaking of random ass,
I'm sure she made a very lovely wife one day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I got a similar story to that, but it doesn't involve me. It's not a job. I feel like it just reminded me. I was at a bar one night with my best friend in North Carolina, and his brother was with us. And his brother, we got all shit faced. And there's this, he was so shit faced. And there's this girl who, not a girl, she was a woman who had a walker. She was old as shit. Like she had to be like 55, 60. And I want to say we're 19 or 20 at the time. We used to drink then all the time because they don't card. And we got shit faced, and he went over to her and started talking to her. He was so hammered, and his brother's getting drunk, and I'm getting drunk. And the next thing you know, Next thing we know, my buddy's getting a hand job underneath the bar table from this old woman in a walker, and they went into the bathroom together, and they were gone for the longest time. And his brother's getting shit faced, and his brother is getting upset. His brother was a vet. He was in like Iraq or something like that. And he's getting like emotional, like standing, stuff. So I go into the bathroom. I forgot they're there, and I'm pissing, and I realize what's going on in the bathroom stall. And I come out, and then I'm sitting there drinking with his brother, and then all of a sudden my buddy comes running out of the bathroom, sprints out, and looks at us as he's sprinting. He goes, "We gotta fucking go!" And he warms out, so I'm like, James, come on, we gotta go. And his brother's fucking shit faced, and he's talking to this other vet, and they're telling war stories, and he's crying. I'm like, James, we gotta go, and we gotta go. And all of a sudden, I'm prying his brother away, and all of a sudden, the old lady comes out with a walker, her hand covering her mouth, and fucking just semen just sipping out everywhere. And his brother comes out, and we rush in, and my buddy's just standing at the car waiting to get he's shit faced, so we had to run in and run out. To this day, I don't know what the fuck he did to her in that stall, but needless to say, that was the last time we ever went to that fucking bar.
God, the look of shock on Chris's face.
I've never had sex in like a bathroom stall. Like I've done my share of drugs in a bathroom stall. I've told this story on stream before. I got thrown out of a club for doing too much coke in a bathroom stall. Like you're allowed to do an X amount. But this was, I guess it was such a heavy club that they had bouncers in the bathroom.
I've been that. Like I went to I was at a club once, and this girl was getting me super drunk. Whatever drink I was drinking was like red, okay, and I was super super drunk. I stumble into the bathroom. This toilet was in front of me, and I was in the stall, and I went, I fucking projectile vomited all over the stall, and it was all red. So it looked like someone just blood, whatever. And I get up and I walk out.
That's funny.
And the guy's in there looking like, oh, I'm out of here. Let's go. We're done. We're done here. My work is done.
No, there's no amount of drunk dude in a bathroom that will ever be worse than what fucking women do in a bar bathroom. Women are fucking disgusting.
What do?
They shove toilet paper into weird fucking places. They just throw the shit. They throw paper towels everywhere, tampons. They just chuck them across the room.
I believe that.
They blow up the toilet. They don't flush. They just leave logs.
This is contradictory to like a because a lot of guys like a drunk girl to because they think they can get her and stuff. Nothing turns me off more if I'm like courting a girl and she gets shit faced drunk, or like just I don't like drunk people really much to begin with because I'm not a big drinker. But I lose so much like not I don't want to say respect, but like it turns me off when a woman's like sloppy drunk. Like guys look at that and be like, oh, it's an opportunity I can get laid tonight. I look at it as I don't want to fuck you. Like it doesn't.
No, see, it doesn't work that way. You have to be drunk with her. Because if you're not, you're just gonna look down on her and be like, "Oh, it's such a."
Well, yeah,
I'm with Vinny though, and it probably.
I guess that makes sense, but
yeah, it probably comes from working in bars, and Vinny's, he's worked in casinos and stuff. But when you're sober and you got these drunk bitches, okay, good story. I had this like group of women come in, not women, these were girls. These were like barely 21. In fact, I'm not even sure they were all over 21 because I didn't see all their IDs before they left, but. I had this group of girls come up. I don't know what it is with young girls, but they think because like they're young and they're girls that they shouldn't have to pay a cover charge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
well, then they better bend over.
Well, and I'm like, everybody pays a cover charge. It just is what it is. It's $5. It pays me. It pays these people. It pays the DJ. That's how that shit gets covered, right?
Well, you know what it is. Some clubs do like the free entry for certain.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. Whatever.
So I think they should get it everywhere.
Okay, well, like it's one thing to be like going in and going, oh, I thought women were free. Okay, fine, they're not, right? It's another for like this broad, yeah, and this was a Saturday, I think, but this broad's like, okay, it's let me see your IDs, blah blah, blah, and it's $5 cover tonight. And she goes, but we're girls. And I looked at her, I was like, I noticed. It's $5 for you to come in. Well, but and then they do fucking everybody doesn't want to pay cover. They do this thing where they go, we're gonna spend all kinds of money tonight, and immediately I go, you're not fucking spending a penny. You're gonna get these. It was a military bar. You're gonna get these fucking jarheads to spend the money on you, and the reality is they're spending the money where you come in or not, right? And she's like, but we're young and we're hot and we shouldn't have to pay cover. And I said, listen, sweetheart, unless you're blowing me tonight, it's $5.
I hate that fucking. I know exactly what I've dealt with it plenty of times. I fucking hate that attitude.
So, does that mean it's a $5 blow job? Is that how that works?
Yes. She can blow me in exchange for the $5 cover. Yes.
Yeah, that's a fair deal.
Yeah, I like that.
So they got pissed and left, and then like
I'll you for $5.
3 hours later, this girl, and of course, you know how it is, Vinny. You don't necessarily remember somebody from 5 minutes later, let alone like 3 hours later. This girl walks up to me inside the bar, and she's like, "Oh, you're such a fucking cannibal," And I got music blaring in my ear, and I go, "What? Oh, what? You're a cannibal." Did you say cannibal? Which is like the biggest word I've ever heard a drunk person say. Did you call me a cannibal? A cannibal? Like a person that eats people? A cannibal? She goes, yeah, those girls up at the front earlier, you fucking ate them alive. And it's like, oh
god. I just fucking hate. Oh my god, your story's literally making me angry.
I triggered.
Well, that is my trigger because I fucking hate when like I used to pick them up when they're damaged at the hospital, but like you won't find me. I don't like clubs, and you won't find me if a girl. You won't find me with a woman who goes out to a club every weekend or whatever, gets drunk and all that. That's just not what I'm into, man. I like the quiet, innocent type. So I can like.
You like the video game nerd girls, don't you?
Not so much video game nerds. I just like the quiet homegirls that are into family. And even though I like the woman that's the exact opposite of me. Basically, is what I'm saying. Well, without the drinking and all that shit. But no, Beggs, that reminds me of your story, or because I've worked in the surveillance casino surveillance field for the past 5 years, which is not to be confused with security. It's a whole different department. I hate when people do that because it's a ridiculously different pay grade. But we used to, dude, people forget when they're at a casino. It's a casino's a business. There's a lot of money in a fucking casino. There's cameras everywhere. You're never not on camera. Good chances are you're being looked at as we speak. And people just would get drunk and just love to try to find places to fuck. Like I watched a girl just sit on a guy's dick at a bar, and it's on camera. I've seen it through cameras and stuff, but just blow a guy at a bar. They would go in the back of the house, and every night, especially in the summer, every night it's like watching a porno. I used to work overnight, so we see a lot of it. But then I'd work day shift, and I'd come in and be like, "Oh, camera, blah blah blah." At this time, run it back. There's your porno for the day. But my favorite thing to do on grave shift was I'd wait for them to start fucking. I'd always wait for them to start fucking. And once when I thought there was a reasonable amount of time, I'd then call security to go break them up because I wanted security to get there right before the guy came to ruin his fucking so he didn't get off. And all the hookers and all that stuff, and it was just fun. There's one time where they were kind of by our office in the back, the surveillance room's in the back of the house, and obviously, and there's like this one casino I worked at was the showroom was right by the surveillance room, and they went into the showroom, and instead of calling security, I go to my supervisor. I was like, "Yeah, you want to just go there and just see what's up?" He's like, "Sure, fuck it." So we left the surveillance room and went over there, and we went in there, and when we got in there, they're laying on the ground. Her legs are fucking over her head. He is plowing the fuck out of this girl, and I'm just like, "Hey guys, you can't be doing that in here." And they jumped up, freaked the fuck out. The girl gets up, barely could put her panties back on. She tries running down the stairs. She fucking trips and just busts her ass and tumbles down the fucking stairs.
Whoa,
And I'm like,
nice.
I go to my manager. I'm like, okay, I guess now we have to call security. And she was so embarrassed. She goes, "Oh, we're so sorry, so sorry." It was just fucking great.
You know,
But,
I've always been a little offended that in all my trips to Vegas, I've never been hit on by a hooker. It's never happened.
A lot of it's not like the movies, man. A lot of them aren't that forward. It's that you probably have and you just haven't realized it.
Oh God!
Like
What
it's
is
not.
this, Marcus?
It's not even like being hitting on. They're just saying hello.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
I completely
Schmarkus is a god.
I completely even missed. I missed you even doing that. I wasn't paying attention. Well, I'm saving that
But
image.
before this
and,
show is over, all of my alerts are going to be Chris.
Yeah, I think we all have to. That has to be an alert.
All my
That's
alerts
so
are going to be
amazing.
fucking Chris.
Yeah. Okay, you can fuck me. I don't care.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
I'm using that one as my follow alert because I want that played the most. Yep.
Make sure you get an appropriate sound to go with it. Like,
No, I'm gonna
take a sound clip out of a fucking porno
Yeah, I don't think
and
I can
pair
do
it up
that.
with my picture.
No, I'm gonna keep my happy birthday sound because I'm doing that gay thing where I'm wishing everyone happy birthday for follow. I need
He can't commit to the welcome to the donut shop, but he's committing to saying happy birthday to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Welcome to the donut shop sounds too gay. Gay and a non-homo, like gay.
I
I don't mean like it sounds homosexual. It sounds just gay. I have a cupcake here. You guys want me to watch me lick whipped cream off of it?
Yeah,
How-
yeah, do it. It's your turn.
How sexual are we getting here?
It's not peer pressure. It's just your turn.
No, it's like on the it's over. I literally have a cupcake there. It's waiting for me after I'm done. But I
Calling
don't
to
feel
him.
like I don't feel like going all the way over there to get the cupcake.
Okay, fatty.
What?
So, yeah.
Are we done?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think
Or we
so.
keep going?
Did we ever get started?
Yeah, we told stories.
We're like 2 hours. No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's like 2 hours in, and I don't even remember now.
We
Great
told
show.
stories.
Good show.
Great show, guys. Good show, guys.
Is there
Pat
anyone
ourselves
who-
on the
okay,
back. Good job.
I know we said we were going to do this last week and no one took me up, or 2 weeks ago, and I don't want to be embarrassed again, but I'm going to do it anyway. Does anyone want to come on the Discord channel and share your story of a shitty job? I know people are sharing it in chat, but does anyone want to share it
Why?
live on the air so like they're on the thing forever? What do you mean, why? Why are we inviting people?
Chris, your friend
Yeah.
Mark. Your friend Mark, he goes, I pop in and it's already sexual, as if it hasn't been for the past 2 hours.
The show's literally called Bangin' Donuts. I mean, come
and
on.
Mr. Christopher.
And
What the fuck is
Mr.
Marcus keeps
Christopher.
sharing?
Oh shit!
this-
What is this?
Sound.
Oh, that's
is
the
this?
sound. I'm not playing that. Oh, you know what? Let's play it. Let's see what it says. I'll play it.
Teach
Can you-
me, Banks.
oh,
Teach me
all I
how
see
to
is a
fucking
woman's
suck
ass.
dick.
Oh wait, hold on. Shh.
Teach me, Banks. Teach
Oh,
me how
this
to
is a
fucking
weird
suck
ass
dick.
website.
Oh
you
my
have,
god!
Schmarkus.
No, this is it's Mr. Christopher asking Bangs to teach him how to suck a dick. That is Bangs. That needs to be your. No, you can't do it on your channel. Oh, please go rated R to put that on there. That would be so good. This is
I can't
Teach
hear
Me
it. Can
Bangs.
you
This is teach
can
me
you
Bangs.
just share
Teach
it on
me how
the
to-
on Discord or something? I don't want to use
know.
that website.
Can't
It looks
get
all
hold of
weird.
it. I don't know what the fuck.
It would be
Schmarkus,
the
send
same
that to me. I
website.
don't know what the hell this is.
Put it in
It'd
a
be the same
Dropbox, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Don't put
This
it in
is
some
some
zippy
weird-
share bullshit.
It's Zippy Share. You never heard of Zippy Share?
No, I've never heard of zippy share, and I never
Every
will.
time I
again.
try to download it,
Teach
says
me how to
install the
fucking suck on a
fucking.
dick.
I don't want to
Wanna
install
stop?
some weird ass extension.
Yeah.
Teach me, Bangs. Teach me how to fucking suck
Nope,
on
that
a
don't
dick.
work either.
Wow,
give up.
that's a fantastic. I got to How do I save that?
Theater of the mind. Theater of the mind.
Oh, I guess
How
if
do
I play this, you guys won't hear it.
I got to download it.
Just put it in the fucking talk show Discord so I could listen to it.
I can isolate that from the podcast myself. I don't need this.
All right.
Good.
Well, someday you guys will let me hear it, I guess.
You'll hear it when you come to my stream and someone
Teach me how to
follows
suck a
me.
dick.
When someone follows me on my stream, you'll hear it. I can't use that. It's funny as shit, but I can't use it.
Ringtone, says Mark.
That is a good ringtone. This show has gone
Alright.
off the rails completely. We're just talking
Yeah.
now. Like, it's not
We're
even
just-
like no one's gonna know what the fuck we're talking about when they watch this.
No, it's gone
Yeah.
off the rails in such a great way, though.
Bangs,
Yeah.
in all seriousness, will you teach Chris how to suck a dick?
I will coach him while he's learning, but I will not
Okay, so
demonstrate for him.
if you're going to coach me, that means I'm going to be in the room, you're going to be in the room, and then there's another guy. There's going to be three of us, and then
I feel like the way for somebody to learn is by doing. So it's
I'll
going to be
just-
very hands-on training for you.
I'll just sit in the corner and
or
masturbate.
or mouth on.
Vinny's gonna sit in the corner and masturbate furiously.
So there's
He's gonna-
four
he's
guys
gonna
in the
hate
room.
jerk. He's gonna hate jerk.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have that
Jerk.
real angry face on, and it's just gonna be fucking
Fuck you, Chris. Fuck you.
ferocious
Ah.
masturbation.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna spread my semen across the room.
Okay.
Okay, guys, let's end with spreading semen across the room, and
That's how it usually ends. Yeah.
good show. I
Good
had
show,
fun.
guys.
Shit, I don't
Fucking
even know how to sign
anticlimax.
off
I
anymore.
loved
Yeah,
Good show. Good show.
I don't even know how to sign
That's fine.
off right now. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. Don't forget, the video on demand will be on our YouTube channel soon, and also on the banganddonuts.com for the audio podcast version. Guys, if you like us at all, please make sure you're subscribing
Even
to
this much.
yeah, even this much. This goes to everyone if they're watching live or in replay. Please sub to us. It's free, obviously. It's free. Subbing on iTunes. That's like following. Sub to us on iTunes and give us a star rating and a comment. It really helps us out. Same with Google Play. All that does is it'll give you alerts when the show gets added, but it helps us out in some mathematical way through iTunes. So if you do that, please
Nobody
do that.
understands it, but somehow.
Yeah, so please make sure you're subbing on iTunes or because you could go to our website and you can listen on our website, but there's also the link to actually get it from iTunes, which please do that also. All right, good job, guys. Bangs, you want to tell people what we're talking about next week?
Next week, we're going to talk about fast food runs and all of the gloriousness that generally goes around one.
Yes. Well, not like runs. We're not going to talk about shitting from fast food.
No. But like, a fast food run. A run to the drive-through.
I've got the fast food runs, guys. I'll be back.
Depends on the fast food, but yeah.
All right. Well, Chris, tell the people where they can find you.
They can find me at twitch.tv/Mr. Kristopher. Also, Twitter /Mr. Kristopher. And sometimes remarkable_gaming at Twitch, where I
Jesus,
play
how-
Hex with Mr. Mark. And that's it. Go ahead, you guys.
How many
You
plugs are
can
you
catch
going to
me-
give? By the way,
Me or
Chris.
him.
Jesus.
How many what?
You get one Twitch. You get one Twitch channel to plug, not two.
Look, I'm 33% of this show. That means I got 3 plugs. 3.3
Yeah, but we're
plugs.
33.5%, so we veto your vote. You get 0 plugs.
yeah.
Oh, okay. All the things
We'll cut it in post, Vinny. We'll cut it in
Cut
post.
it. Cut it post. Okay.
Implying that I do any post work whatsoever.
And then
All right, you can catch me twitch.tv/bangsmichael and on the Twitter machine heel bangs.
All right, and you can catch me right here.
See, only
at-
two,
Yeah.
Chris.
You can catch me right here at twitch.tv/VinnyMcDonald's. You're watching now. If you're watching, whatever, I don't give a fuck. We play a lot of games here and we have fun and we talk about a lot of more sex than we talked about today. You can watch me jerk off my microphone, which seems to be a regular the past couple of days. And yeah, Twitter and all that bullshit. I don't care. Whatever. Find me if you like me. Guys, thank you for Mr. Christopher, Bangs, Mike, and myself. Have a good night. See you next week.